Can you hear me very well?
Yeah, we can hear you, my brother.
Please, everyone on the panel, mute yourselves just for a minute.
ميوت يا منذر الله يخليك.
روح عمل.
منذر, yes, good, okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum, Gaza. We have a lot of our colleagues joining us from Gaza today. Welcome, everyone. Our colleagues in all over the world are also joining us. We already have 191 people joining, and we usually get about 400 people or sometimes 500 people joining. So welcome, everyone. We are going to be try to be very efficient and try to start with our colleagues from Gaza, especially Dr. Salgawi. Dr. Salgawi is an orthopedic surgeon resident in Al Nasser Medical Complex. And we would like to hear from him his account of what is happening on the ground. And then we will move to our colleagues in all over, in different areas in Gaza, one by one, to hear from them updates on what is happening. Dr. Salgawi, please go.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Good evening, everyone. My name is Abdul Karim. I am orthopedic resident, and today I'm working at Nasser, 24-hour shift. And since the morning, since 9 a.m., we have been receiving casualties, mass casualties, to be honest. We have received like tens of patients, and until now, the ambulances and the cars still bringing patients to the hospital, most of them with gunshots to their limbs, amputations, open fractures, penetrating abdominal injuries, chest trauma. Most of them need surgery, most of them need admission, which bring the other issue, which is non-availability of beds or vacant beds in the hospital. So we are at the dilemma right now to figure out something to deal with the patients in the ER. The patients need surgery. The patients need a bed in the wards, but there is no beds in the wards. There is no vacant surgery OT room. So we stand helpless. We stand ending by doing nothing, just listening to the patient, fighting with them, trying to figure out something, but eventually we do nothing. We try to transfer the patients to field hospitals, but even the field hospitals right now, the Belgian hospital, the American hospital, the British hospital are full, and there is no vacant beds also, which because there is massive casualty around the hour every day because of aid distribution centers. At Nasser today, we received at least 400 or 500 casualty injuries, like 100, 200 needs admission. Imagine 100 and 200 patients need admission, need special care, need dressing, need debridement, wound closure, fixation. And imagine if you keep dealing with such patients, with such numbers every day, the resources of the hospital will eventually be depleted, will not be enough. So you are trying to minimize or use your resources cautiously, but at the same time, you have to deal with that patient. Added to that, the staff itself, our staff, medical staff, we start working from early morning until midnight, dealing with such massive casualties. And you know the situation in Gaza, we don't have access to proper food, to proper food and to proper rest. We don't have access to proper transportation. The salaries, the whole deal about doctor's life here in Gaza. But still, wallahi, we don't know how we can function very well in such circumstances. How we can function in such efficiency. How we can evaluate, examine, diagnose, treat, and manage the patients in the ER, which is, for me, it is a miraculous action, miraculous work from us. But even that, after a few days, I think that the medical staff, my colleagues, will be burned out, and they will not be capable to keep going at that pace, because the casualties are keep coming at the same pace every day around the clock, and eventually there will be no vacant beds in the ER, or in the beds, or in the wards, or in the OT, because of aid distribution centers. Even in the lowest numbers. In the good days, we received at least 100 casualties.
Can you
So
please explain to people who are listening to us what do you mean by aid distribution center injuries?
aid distribution centers are American distribution centers, are American hubs located in Rafah, located in northern Gaza, located in the middle area of Gaza, and they are surrounded by American
That is the
soldiers.
Gaza Humanitarian Foundation aid
Soldiers
distribution.
run by so-called GHF, Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which is a death trap. People go there because they have no options. There is no food coming to Gaza. There is no enough trucks, so they have to go to these distribution centers, which then they try to pick the packages, and after they pick the packages, the IDF soldiers, the American soldiers, they try to start to shoot them. So tens of thousands go there, and tens and hundreds of patients keep coming, receiving because they were getting shot because of this irresponsible gunshot, irresponsible shooting to these innocent civilians who don't have anything except their bags to collect the package, to collect the food, to collect the food parcels. But even that, because in my opinion, as I see in the AR, it is kind of entertainment for the soldiers. Some days they shoot at the legs, other days they shoot at the arms, other days most of casualties come because of penetrating abdominal injuries. I think they have entertainment. They have it's like a game for them. This is the obvious thing for me, because there is no justification to shoot at these innocent civilians, hungry people who went there to collect food. They don't have weapons, and they obviously striving to get that food, but every day they get shot. Every day they are shot. They are being shot at, and every day we are dealing with such massive casualties.
And these mass casualties, Al Nasser is only one hospital that is receiving mass casualties. Do you know about the other hospitals? Are they also receiving mass casualties?
Yeah, they are receiving, but Nasser is in the eye of the storm because Nasser is so close to 3 distribution centers in Rafah. So there are 3 distribution centers in Rafah, and these centers are called Shakush, Al-Alam, and Batine. These 3 centers have the most or the highest numbers of casualties every day. And Nasser, the central hospital in Khan Yunis, so it receives the most casualties and the highest numbers of casualties, which explain the highest number of the injuries in the Iran.
Okay.
Why does Nasser receive the highest number?
Because it is the most close hospital, the closest hospital to 3 distribution centers in Rafah. These 3 distribution centers in Rafah attracts most of people here in Khan Yunis, attracts thousands of people daily. That's why Nasser receiving the most casualties. It is so close to these centers.
So it's about, I think, 3 to 4 kilometers from the distribution center.
No, less than 3 kilometers. Less.
2, 3. Okay.
Some centers called Atina, it is only 1 kilometer. Other Shakush, 2-3 kilometers. So
and
it's not
when tens of thousands of starved individuals go there, try to get aid, they get shot at.
Yes.
Either going in or going out, and all these casualties come to Nasser. Yeah.
Come to Nasser immediately without being treated primarily at any center, at any field hospital, at any primary health care. Nothing. They just came on the donkey carts, on any means of transportation. They brought it to AR with the blood, with the amputated limb, with the open leg, open fracture, crushed injuries we haven't even seen before. But we have to deal with such injuries, and we have to improvise sometimes in dealing with such patients. Wallahi, sometimes it's not our expertise. I have been orthopedic resident for at least 6 years right now, and I have seen the worst since the Great March of Return and the 7th of October itself. But these days, seriously, it is vulgar, it is gross, it is unprecedented. I mean, I haven't seen something like that. The gunshot itself, either it's explosive or something I haven't seen before, because even small bullet can can crush the whole leg, can cause an amputation of the whole leg. So I don't know.
Can you see my screen? It has the map of Gaza.
Yes, we see it. So Khan Yunis and
Khan
those
Yunis is
distributions.
the south of Gaza, and the
Exactly.
distribution centers are 1, 2, 3.
Exactly.
And Nasser Hospital is inside Khan Yunis.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. So most of the casualties in these three centers goes directly to Nasser.
Okay, so that is why Nasser is getting the biggest hit of injured people from the distribution centers.
This is a situation at the day and before the midnight. At the midnight or after the midnight, we start receiving the casualties from explosive and from artillery shelling or warplane shelling. So you can't take your breath because it is keep going. Either distribution centers, either killing or by shelling or artillery shelling or warplane shelling, explosives. So it's a loop. So you can't get out of that loop. You have to stay focused. You have to stay alert, and you have to stay in your full power and your full mental health to examine, evaluate, manage, and take the decision. Each case, as you know, is a decision-making case. You have to take decision for every case. You have to be alert to not miss anything, any fracture, any vascular injuries, any nerve injuries, and that this is requires, as you know, requires vigilance, requires at least having proper food, proper sleep, proper drink, proper rest, which we lack. We lack all. We lack all.
So what you're saying is at night, the hospitals receive a lot of mass casualties, a lot of injuries due to the bombing, due to the active bombing campaigns on Gaza.
Exactly. This is the rhythm right now. It's like
during daytime.
It's like a pattern. It's like a pattern, yeah. And in daytime until Al-Maghrib, after like 7, like around at that time, we stopped receiving massive casualties from centers, but then we start receiving other casualties from explosives, from artillery shelling, from warplane shelling.
I just want to clarify one thing. Those distribution sites do not provide a single medical aid or supply or medication.
Nothing.
All the food that they supply is bags of rice and flour, something that needs preparation, and people don't have water or gas or the means to prepare this food. So they throw these at these starved people. They kill some of them, and even those who manage to get something, they don't know how to prepare it. So instead of these aid centers adding some help to the hospitals and to the people of Gaza, they are actually adding an extra burden because these hospitals are already in bad shape. They already lack supplies. They already don't have medication, don't have anesthesia, don't have, the supplies for surgeries. So they are not providing them with anything, but adding multiple mass casualty incidents every single day since this Humanitarian Foundation started. Every single day, not just an accident. Yes.
Every day we open a new tent for admitted patients. An open fracture with big grow area, skin opens with big degloving skin needs like and a sterile ward. No, we put that patient in a tent with bugs and the fleas around him. 2 days, 3 days later, we start seeing worms in that wound. Even with our trials to keep like dressing, keep it clean, but eventually after 3 days we start seeing worms at that wound, and weeks later it ended by amputation of that limb. And you can't blame us. You can't put an open wound, open fracture in a tent. A tent, whatever the tent is not a proper or ideal place to put that kind of fracture, that kind of injuries. Let's be honest. Let's not trick ourselves. It's not on a tent in open air with the flies, with the bugs, with the worms around you, without proper hygiene, without proper dressing, without proper medical care, because we lack proper medical care because there are tens and thousands now. Sorry, 10,000s of patients keep coming weekly, and hundreds of patients keep being admitted daily. How come we as doctor give these patients the ideal or the professional medical help?
What is the mortality rate from these mass casualties when you have Like, give
You
us
mean at the ER or after the ER?
both.
At the ER, highest mortality rate, maybe more than 50%. After mostly from hypovolemic shock, hemorrhagic shock, mostly from crushed injuries, sepsis, rhabdomyolysis, and hyperkalemia after a few days. But in the wards themselves, after like we admit the patient and stabilize the patient, the mortality rate is from sepsis, septic shock, infected wounds, and hypovolemic shock too. So in the ER, it's more than 50%. After the ER, in the ward, you can say 30%.
So
Or
those who do not die out of their wounds immediately, those who do not die out of their wounds immediately,
yes,
they are
exactly.
gonna die from complications of these ones because they get infected due to the lack of proper care, lack of sanitation, lack of medical supplies, and also they are already starved, which also makes their body's ability to fight the infections or to heal is very minimum. And so you're talking about a mortality about 50%. This is or 30%. This is a record number. This is really
It's the
scary.
highest, one of the highest numbers I think in the worldwide in the whole world. But you can do nothing. You can do nothing for such casualties. Just watch, just work, and try to control the scene, whatever resources you have.
And this has been continuous. It has not decreased. It's like, you know,
It's
the
been
numbers
at the same pace,
keep
at the same pattern, at the same rhythm, at the same pace, even with our like urgent calls to stop this and asking people not to go there. But I can't blame people because they don't have any resources of food, so they keep going there. They keep going there.
So despite the international outcry about these death traps and Gaza Humanitarian Foundation centers, that why are the soldiers shooting at the starved people? Despite all of this, despite the exposure, despite some whistleblowers from Americans and Israelis who work there, that they are shooting at civilians, unarmed civilians, only because they are starved, only because they are trying to get whatever amount of food they need. Despite all of this, they continue to do it every day. It's the same pattern. Nothing changed.
Yeah.
They did not change policy. Did not take any precaution to stop this.
Nothing is. No one is held accountable. No one is monitored. No one is surveillance. Nothing. When you not fear of punishment, you would do the same every day. You will keep killing, keep shooting, you keep entertaining with these unarmed civilians. Yeah. Today, five of my neighbors, five of my area were killed in such centers. I saw them in Nasser, and they came to bring food. I know them. I know these people, but nothing to do. What to do? Just give condolences, and that's it. It's a normal daily process, normal daily routine, and you have to adapt. You have to cooperate. You have to cope. Sorry, with such a process. Sadly, unfortunately, and you have to keep functioning well at such.
So you're saying that the Israel and the Israeli soldiers are doing this because they know there are no consequences for this,
Exactly.
and because they are offered impunity by the United States and the international community. And we know that genocidal armies, genocidal states, genocidal nations, since they fear no repercussions, they will never stop. They don't have their moral insight or moral reckoning or moral
No more at all.
limitations that, at least at one point we can stop. No, they just don't care. They know they're doing it on purpose. They know the world cannot do anything. And despite being exposed, they still continue to do the same thing. So it wasn't just a bad plan. It wasn't just a mistake here or there. No, it's all by design. It's all intentional. They know what the results and they know they are exposed. And despite all of this, they're
They are
doing it
not.
every
They're
single
not willing.
day.
I think we should shed more light on such process, on such crimes, because I think there is no much exposure of such criminals, of such crimes.
Yes.
Even the soldier who came days ago and spoke out about the little child Amir, I think Aguilar soldier.
Yes,
This is
Tony
Can
Aguilar.
you tell us the story, Dr. Salgawi? This story is very impactful, actually. The Green Beret Aguilars put it out, but please say it in your own word because you know the story better.
I didn't know the story better, but I hear the same from the news. I heard from the news that a child went there to bring food for the family, and after the soldier was kind with him, after he saw him kiss his hand and bring some rice for the family, the child flee and run out from the center. And after that, they found the child dead. He was killed. He was shot. And
A 6-year-old boy.
yeah, 6-year-old boy in his childhood went to this aid distribution center, to this death trap to bring food for the family. Imagine the situation that the child found himself in. He went there to bring food. He found a soldier, kissed his hand, and then he went home. Before he reached home, he was shot. Why he was shot, I don't know. Because there is no justification in the world to kill that child, except that you are a criminal, you are inhuman, and you just have entertained with our blood. And because you fear no consequences, no one will hold you accountable.
Yes, it's because they don't see Palestinians as human beings. They dehumanize the Palestinians. They don't care for their life. That's part and the definition of the genocidal process. Because if they see these children as human beings, or these young people are starved, or coming in thousand, pushing and crowding just to get a piece of bread or a bag of rice, if they really see them as human beings, even if they are enemies. I mean, that's the difference between genocide and war. In war, I mean, you can attack soldiers, okay? But when you see children, when you see starved women, starved men coming, no unarmed, defenseless, and even begging you to get some food, and you still kill them en masse without any hesitation, without any feel of guilt or restraint, this means you don't see these people as human beings, which means that Israel cannot be trusted to do the right thing. Israel and the Israeli army and the Israeli government already don't see the Palestinians and their victims as human beings. And the only way to protect the victims is for the international community to step in, and step in as every other genocide. No genocide in history ever stopped on its own. It has to be stopped by sanctions, by boycott, by restrictions, by even military intervention. We don't want people to go to war with Israel, but you can put no-fly zones. That's what America did in Kosovo and Bosnia and Serbia. You can also send international peacekeeping forces to go at least protect the victims, protect the children, at least protect the aid convoys so food can get in. Otherwise, keeping those victims, 2.3 or 2.2 people, at the mercy of the aggressor, at the mercy of the ones who see them as not human beings, is a crime that humanity, the international world system itself, is committing, not Israel. Israel is already telling you, we want to kill them all. We want to get rid of them all. We don't see them as human beings. So stop pretending that, okay, we were going to negotiate with Israel, we're going to appeal to them, maybe they will do the right thing. They are already telling you, we are not going to do the right thing. They have to be stopped by force, by sanctions, by boycott. They need to feel repercussions, as the Dr. Salkawi here mentioned. As long as they have this impunity, as long as they know they can get away with anything and they don't care about the rest of the world, they will continue doing this every day. And
Okay, can I interrupt or not?
yes,
We
who
can
is
go
this?
on and on and on
Yes.
because we know the Israelis will do what the Israelis need to do. The people who run the GF, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, it is an American organization. So it's got CEOs, it's got people who's got names. You know, we should file war crimes against them. At least we can do that because these people have got names. Israeli soldiers, you don't know who shoot, right? It could be only 5 of them deliberately shooting. The rest are innocent. We don't know. But these people who run the show, who does not provide security for people coming for food, they should be held responsible. So we can start with them. I don't know what the system is because it's an American organization. You know, DAG should consider whether there is a way of getting these people's name and filing them for war crimes. If they're British, I will immediately work with them, you know, and file it with Scotland Yard as war criminals. We have filed our foreign office, our foreign minister for war crimes and our prime minister for war crimes, and that's why there's big change now, you see. So I think you can do that. It might not be effective, but it's one way of thinking. I'm sure people will do it, you know. There will be lawyers who are prepared to explore this. Have you got the context? You know, I'm so sorry, I don't know the scene in the USA. Because at least if you name the criminals and you file them with a ICC and ICJ, that is a start.
Yeah. Thank you.
I have to go now because I have to go to the
I
yard.
know,
Okay?
I know. Thank you very much, Dr. Sagawa. Thank you for all your
Well, nice to
information.
see you.
Thank you so much دكتور سلقاوي يعطيك ألف عافية دير بالك على حالك وإن شاء الله بنشوفك next week.
Inshallah. Bye. Bye.
Stay strong and safe. We'll see you next week. سلم
Yeah.
على كل عندك يعطيك العافية.
Nidal, who do you want to go to?
The problem is I don't see who's there is. Doctor, if you wanna share any more of your thoughts, Dr. Sui, while we're getting our next speakers ready, please. Okay, perfect. I like it. Dr. Sui, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. But
Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
I don't know the
We like to
American.
hear more from you because you've been in this since 1980, and you more than anyone else know about the pattern of the criminality of this state since
Yeah.
1982.
I want to
So
tell you
please.
something, okay? The pattern is like that. You know, they kill and then they always blame someone else. Like in the Severity, okay? They surrounded the camp, they forced all the defenders, the fighters out, then they sealed it, and then they send people in, the snipers, and kill all these women and children, rape and all that. And then they blame it on the Christians. Okay, maybe the Christians did it, but that Christian army is trained by them. But in the case of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, in the case of the genocide in Gaza, they cannot blame anybody else because the Israelis are doing it, right? Now they can blame the Americans. They can say the Americans ran a bad show, and that's why it was so, you know, we feel threatened and the accidents happen. Fine. You know that people are going to be killed. So you run the system. You receive $30 million from Trump to run this show. You are responsible. So file crime against them, war crime. It could be a crime of negligence. It could be a crime of direct commission or omission of whatever it is, but they have to be held responsible.
Thank you so much.
And
Dr.
by they, we mean Israel. and
No,
we
no,
mean
no.
United
I mean
States.
the
And we mean the United States.
CEO.
of
What?
Yeah, of course.
Gaza Humanitarian
Yes.
Foundation.
Because he's the one, he was interviewed on BBC and said nothing of that kind happened.
Yeah, they deny, and they have a PR campaign saying that, you know, everything is good. They are providing the best food and the best aid
Yeah,
they
right.
want. And they deny everything that we are seeing with our own eyes while our
Yeah.
colleagues are also reporting it to us. Just to, you know, for everyone, Dr. Swiyang, we're honored to have you, Dr. Swiyang. She is an orthopedic surgeon who works in the UK, and she was a witness in Sabra and Shatila in the 80s. She was in the camp there, and she has been yes
In Lebanon.
in Lebanon, and she has been involved with the Palestinian struggle since then. So thank you so much for being with us.
Think about it. The logistics might be difficult, but that's something which we have to address. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, the witnesses, our eyewitnesses here on the ground can be very helpful and very informative.
And whatever Dr. Sagawi says, if we should submit it to the ICC, right?
Yeah.
Submit to the ICC. If it wants to be anonymous, can anonymize it, okay?
Yes, we need
I
to
just want
document
to
it.
inform you something, that there are so many huge bombs happening in Gaza right now.
Yes.
Who's this?
Okay, Munder, I'm gonna go with you now if you don't mind. Please,
Yes,
please
yeah.
share with us what's happening now on the ground. So Munder is a
Yeah, on the
friend.
ground, I just can hear so many huge bombs. It's very near from us, and I can hear the voice of ambulances very fast going to get any injuries or death over there. So yeah, the situation is still, we are still under genocide, we are still under attack, and it is keep going. We don't know what will happen next.
So Munder,
That is the situation in the ground as so far.
yes. Yeah, Munder is a friend. He is from Beit Lahia. He and his family and all the people of Beit Lahia have been displaced. He currently is in Gaza City next to the port.
Gaza port, that's right.
Gaza port. Of course, the Gaza port is a very beautiful place, one of the most beautiful places
Should
on
be.
the world. But unfortunately, now it's full of displaced, forcibly displaced, and expelled individuals. It's full of tents, full of people who have no shelter, no food, no pharmacies. Actually, I'm was talking to Munder about a new project we're going to have. There are two very small pharmacies. I mean,
That's right. Yeah,
two major pharmacies were in Beit Lahia. When they were displaced, those two pharmacies managed to open two tents in this new area where they are displaced
that's right.
to have some medication, give some medication. But the problem is most of the people don't have money to buy these medications. And we talked to Munder, we talked to those two pharmacies, and
I just put the map so you can see. Beit Lahia is in the very north of Gaza.
That's right, in the north.
so we're gonna hopefully we talked to those two pharmacies. They're gonna be we're gonna partner with them as DAG. They are gonna be giving medications for free to anyone who cannot afford medication, and we're gonna open also a medical point with the help of these two pharmacies and the help of 3, 4 nurses. One of them is the wife of Munder. She's a nurse, and the wife of one of the pharmacies. One of the pharmacists is a young man. He was amputated. He was injured last year, so he lost his leg, and he's still working now with one leg. He was also detained and imprisoned, and after he came back, he managed to open this small tent. Of course, they're simple pharmacies. They don't have everything, but at least they have some basic things. And as Monder said, his cousin was injured 2, 3 days ago, shrapnel to the neck. He went to the hospital. He got some first aid and treatment. They gave him prescriptions of medication, antibiotics to buy. Then he went outside and he has no money to buy. So either someone's going to help him or his infection in the neck, shrapnel in the neck, is going to get infected and he's going to die of this. So we're going to try to step in and try to help. So Monder, are you still there? Did we lose him?
Yeah, we
I
did.
think we lost him. Sorry. He said there is bombing, so that is scary. Okay. So in the meantime, until Mundir comes, we're gonna talk. The other group we're working with is the group of disabled individuals and the Committee for the Blind. We have our brother here, Rami Gaboon. He's their representative, and this is also a community that has been experiencing tremendous challenges. We know everyone in Gaza is being starved now. Everyone is going through crisis and hardly managing to survive. But the disabled community, the blind community, have even worse, challenges because they cannot go to these whatever they call death traps or aid sites. They cannot walk 12 kilometers since they are blind. They cannot compete with the young crowds who are rushing to get some food. Munzer, are you back?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Okay,
As
so
you know, the internet and the electricity is not stable, so that's the reason I can go and come back again.
okay, tell us
So that's
part
normal
of
in
the story.
Gaza.
Tell us part of the story. What is going on? Where are you now? What community? How are people doing? Tell us part of your story before we lose
I
the
am in Gaza port camp with so many displaced people who lifted north of Gaza, especially from Beit Lahia, Beit Hanun, that's in the north, and from Ash-Shaja'iyya. And all of these people evacuated and concentrate now in near to Gaza port, near to the beach. This beach should be, as you mentioned, a touristic place, but unfortunately it become full of displaced people, homeless people, but we can't call them as a homeless because I'm from a farmer family. Actually, we have a farm and we have a house in Beit Lahia, but unfortunately we are not allowed to go to Beit Lahia. Anybody who will go to Beit Lahia will be killed directly. They're gonna shoot him. And while I'm living near to the sea, near to Gaza port, I can see there are so many trucks these days that just happened just recently, getting some humanitarian food or wheat flour. Most of the humanitarian trucks getting wheat flours, but that's not enough for 2 million people. They allow only for 45 humanitarian aid trucks to come every day. But that's not really enough. So far, they kill every day 100 to 120 reach to Al-Shifa hospital, and it is very near from us. I was talking about the people here are starving, all of us, 99% or 100% of us are hungry. We don't have any food to eat. We are losing weight. And we are desperate, and we don't know what will happen next. So we count day by day. We don't know. We don't have any plan for tomorrow or even tonight. We just survive day by day. We just trying to be alive. We are not in safe place, as there is no safe place in Gaza. We trying to be to feed our children, and that's the most important thing, to get them treatment, and that's very is not enough actually for our children. As you know, nowadays become very hot in Gaza. We are in the summertime, 3rd of August, and the temperature approximately almost 40 degrees, and we have new diseases happen. And the people, they can't afford to buy medicine. That is the proposal project that I share with Brother Nidal about if we can make this project in our 2 pharmacies that is here in west of Gaza. So hope that will be helpful for many families who evacuated from north of Gaza and came to Gaza City.
Okay. Is the pharmacist still here with us, or did we lose her?
Yeah, she is here, and she is listening to you. One of the pharmacists.
أهلا وسهلا فيكي. Thank you for coming. Please introduce yourself and tell us how things are going there in your small pharmacy. I remember Munder, when you talked about her pharmacy, you said this reminds me of where. Can you say that in your own words, please?
بكلماتك احكي له تعرفين عن حالك، كلمات لغة إنجليزية بسيطة يعني إيش الدنيا، كيف الوضع هذا، بس هاي بشكل عام.
أو بالعربي، تحكي بالعربي برضه منيح.
أو
whatever you prefer.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
My name is Dr. Pharmacist, yes. هديل جمعة أبو عجينة. تمام. أنا صيدلانية، كنت أنا في بيت لاهيا، طبعا كنت بشتغل في يعني أكبر صيدليات بيت لاهيا تقريبا. أمي كانت صيدلانية، والدي دكتور جراحة استشاري. تمام.
في أي مستشفى حاليا؟
حاليا بشتغل في مستشفى الشفاء والمعمداني.
24 hours care, you know.
Hadil,
Her
let me
father.
translate quickly. So Hadil is a doctor in pharmacy, and she's from Beit Lahia, north of Gaza. Her father is a surgeon and her mother is a pharmacist as well, and she used to work in one of the largest pharmacies in Beit Lahia. Hadil.
Yes.
So كل ما تحكي هديل، كل ما تحكي جملتين 3 وقفي عشان نعمل ترجمة.
أوكي؟
تمام اوكي. بالنسبة للوضع اللي احنا فيه صراحة مزري جدا، يعني جدا جدا جدا، يعني لا فيش اشي نقدر نوصف فيه. لا في علاجات لا في أكل، لا في شرب. يعني أغلب الروشتات اللي بتيجي على الصيدلية صراحة بنقدرش نوصف أي حاجة غير الأكامول يعني. وسعر الأكامول حاليا
قديش كان؟
يعني كان تقريبا شيكل واحد، لقيت 20 شيكل تمام. والمصدر الأساسي
Hadil. Hadil is describing the situation as very dismal. There is no food, there is no water, there is no medications. She really elaborated on how miserable the situation is, and she says medications are absent and extremely expensive. Acamol, which is one of the basic
paracetamol.
paracetamol is used to be 1 shekel. قديش صار حقه؟
20
20 شيكل.
كمان إن وجد
20 or 50 shekels. So it's 20 times
20.
times 20 times inflation.
وصراحة يعني المكان أو المنطقة اللي أنا فيها بحاجة شديدة جدا لنقطة طبية
And the
ورعاية وعلاجات صراحة.
place where she is right now working as a pharmacist is in dire need for a medical point to treat the simple things that come to her for help. Go ahead.
أو أغلب النازحين من بيت لاهيا تمام، يعني أغلبهم من سكان منطقتي. يعني أنا بيجوني شخصي يا دكتورة بدي علاج يعني علاج كذا علاج كذا علاج كذا، فأنا ما بقدر أوفرهم صراحة. أولا الأسعار كتير غالية تمام، ثانيا كلها مقطوعة. يعني بحاول أدبر من هان بس للأسف الشديد أغلبها ما بتكون موجودة.
Hadil, استني شوي. Hadil is telling me that most of the people that she sees in her pharmacy are the people who are displaced from her own village, Beit Lahia. Unfortunately, she's not able to give them the medications they need. First, because most of the time they are completely unavailable, and second, because they are extremely expensive and they cannot afford the price. Hadil?
الوضع يعني.
الوضع صراحة يعني إنه بحاجة نقطة تطبيق كتير كمان، يعني صراحة بقدر الإمكان وبأسرع وقت ممكن، لأنه الوضع كتير صعب جدا جدا جدا.
احنا المنطقة اللي بنوصل عليها بيوصلونا كمان جرحى كثير من المقاطيع.
اغلب المنطقه اللي احنا فيها صراحه احنا قريب عن ونابلسي، ممر الشاحنات اغلبها مصابين شهداء، يعني بحاجه الى مسكنات ومضادات حيويه بشكل كثير كمان، لفاف غيار، يعني كل الاسعافات الاوليه السريعه هاي كلها احنا بنفتقرها ومش موجوده صراحه.
So there is an extreme and urgent need for a medical point for first aid, especially because not only does where Hadil is in her pharmacy, not only do they receive patients who are sick from regular illnesses, but they are also receiving the wounded. The wounded need wraps for their wounds. They need band-aids. They need antibiotics. And the need is so massive there. And the reason why, we are actually having Mundir and Hadil today is because we are trying to help them establish a medical point and supply them with the medications, no matter how expensive they are. We know that this is a ripoff because of the scarcity of all these things, and we know that the trucks are right there next to the border. But in order to save lives, we need to actually help them get this medical point running as soon as possible.
That's right. And I want to introduce you to my wife. Her name is Yara Dawas.
Hi.
Oh, Yara.
Hi, how are you?
أهلا وسهلا.
Hello, wallah. She is a nurse, and she lost all of her family members, unfortunately, during this genocide. She lost her mom, her dad, her 2 brothers, 2 sisters, her cousin, her aunt, her uncle, and many of her family members. So now I'm taking care for her. That's my wife, Yara, and I'm taking care for her two sisters, 2 injured sisters.
With my family.
And when we were in Beit Lahia during the last 2 years, we stayed at a Shema school. That was our previous shelter, and she used to work voluntarily for treatment for the injured people who's injured in Beit Lahia, as Kamal Adwan and Indonesia hospital was out of service. So she not because of she is my wife, but she worked more than the doctors who is working in the hospital. Even she is only graduated nurse. And if you have any question, you can ask her directly.
احكي لنا الله يخليك احكي لنا more. We are out of work. We are so sorry for
بلغتك
the loss.
أنت
الله يرحم اهلك. الله يرحم. انت اسمك يارا حكيتي؟
شكرا لك. الله يرحم الجميع يا رب.
الله
يارا،
يرحمه.
إيش اسمك الكامل لو سمحتي؟ يارا
اسمي يارا ياسر دواس، خرجت نيلز في
يارا ياسر
الاسم
دواس. وهديل
صحيح.
إيش اسمها الكامل؟
هديل أبو عجينة، جمعة أبو عجينة.
هديل جمعة أبو عجينة.
يارا
صحيح.
انت فقدتي كل اهلك؟
صحيح، في بداية الحرب، يعني كانت تاريخ 14/7 14/10 عفوا، بعد أسبوع من الحرب، من بداية الحرب. بعد بسنة من الحرب، بعد ما فقدت جزء من أهلي، بعد بسنة برضه استشهد والدي، وبرضه أولاد عمك وعم.
A week after the genocide started, October 14 or something, she lost half of her family. Then a year later, she lost her mom and few other members too. She only left now with her husband and 2 kids and 2 injured sisters.
صحيح.
Yara she's a nurse. She works at the hospital, and I think Mundir told me she did more amputations on her own because of the lack of personnel there than any other doctor in the world did in their, life. Because in the hospital, when you get too many casualties, even the nurses are forced sometimes to do some amputation, control bleeding or infection. تفضلي يارا.
لا ماشي.
أيوة معك.
أي مستشفى بتشتغل؟ which hospital do you work at?
تقريبا أنا حاليا يعني ما بشتغل، لأنه بصراحة سلامة الوضع صعب في غزة، هذا أول إشي. فإنه من الصعب إنك تطلع على إنك تداوم، وكمان في نفس الوقت عندك في أولاد. فعشان هيك إنه التزمت مع أولادي في الوقت الحالي، لأنه الوضع صعب.
So she hasn't been
إنه
able to go.
التفكير إنه أنا في مكان وهم في مكان صعب جدا، فعشان هيك حاليا. فبقيت أيام ما كنا في بيت لاهيا كنا في مدرسة الشيماء، وكنا فاتحين نقطة طبية ومشتغلين عليها يعني. فكانت في نفس المدرسة. بعد ما نزحنا تشتتنا، صارت أمورنا مشتتة. صار إنه الواحد ممكن إنه يجي حدا بيسعف حدا بده، عشان إحنا في منطقة إنه في من الشارع، بداية الشارع نتلقى المساعدات، فكتير بيجوا مصابين بمرقوا من الشارع. برضو من جهة ثانية برضو مساعدات، ممكن يجيك مصابين شهداء. نفس المكان إحنا برضو قبل فترة صار قصف، أكثر من 30 شهيد في الباقة. فكان إنه بس مجرد ثواني تأخر خلص استشهد، يعني إنه إيش فيش حدا عنده خبرة أو كفاءة، أو فيش صيدلية قريبة، أو فيش أدوية، فيش أشياء موجودة إنه نقدر يعني نعملها عبال ما يصل المستشفى، يعني ننقذ حياته أكثر. ما تبقى يعني.
نضال؟ Wow, I was not listening. ترجم الله يسعدك.
I'm sorry, I was not listening to Mundir, can you translate for her, please? I got distracted by a patient here. تفضل أنت يا منذر ترجم.
أيوة تمام. As my wife Yara mentioned, that our area needs a medical checkpoint as soon as possible. In the same time, we need your support to help our people, displaced people who left Beit Lahia and Beit Hanun, and the displaced people who is living in Gaza board camp. They need help to get, for example, free medicine, because they can't afford to buy that medicine. So that was my proposal project, and that is our plan. If we can do this project, that will help many families and we are here to help the people, to keep them alive. That is our plan, and anything else will be a secondary.
Okay.
Just
Thank
to
you.
be alive until we get a ceasefire or until we end this cumulative genocide that is what's going on in Gaza. My wife, she adds something that after 10 p.m. Gaza time, everything is closed and no transportation, as we only have donkeys and carts, and during the night time everybody is sleeping and scared to go to the hospital. So checkpoint, medical checkpoint or medical point in our area where I'm staying, near to Gaza board camp, it is very important to be, or this project be implemented as soon as possible, whether with your organization or any other organization or any support who can support us. We really need it as soon as possible during this critical time. That's
Inshallah.
our request. That is our plan.
Inshallah, we'll be able to help you. Is Noor there? Did Noor come? Did Noor come? Yeah, Munder?
Yeah, we can ask him to come right now.
If he can come,
Actually,
let
no,
him join us. I want to talk
yeah,
to
yeah,
him.
it's just 2 minutes. He will be here. No worries about
Okay.
that.
And to say something positive
بدون
also.
أورجش.
Yeah.
كنت
Khalid,
حتى
Munder, to say something positive, can you tell us 2 minutes about your town, Beit Lahia? What is Beit
بيت
Lahia?
لاهيا, one of the, actually I was living in
Look
Qatar.
at him. He starts smiling just mentioning the word
Yeah,
Beit Lahia.
when I'm talking about Beit Lahia, I was living in Doha in Qatar, and even with the most beautiful hotels in Qatar, I left that place and I came back to my village, Beit Lahia, because I consider it a piece of paradise. As I introduced myself in the beginning, that my father is a farmer, and my mom is a housewife, and she's helping my dad during working in the farm, and all of my brothers and sisters, mostly they're working in the farm. So we are planting strawberry, the most delicious strawberry in the world. And we have a very clean water. We don't have to buy clean water in Beit Lahia. And when we left Beit Lahia, that's everything left actually. So if you write down on YouTube about Beit Lahia, it is really a piece of paradise. Is the best weather, the best water, and the best people. The people in Beit Lahia is different from the rest of the Gaza people. They are very friendly, not because I'm from Beit Lahia, but this is the real truth. They don't like any problems. They never make any problems with anybody. And the most important thing, my sister, that we are 90% of Beit Lahia population or people are working in the farm. So they are not related to any technology. For example, you can't see any doctors or any maybe I can say minister or something like that from Beit Lahia. Mostly they are from Gaza City because they consider us from a village. I'm not. Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Beit Lahia,
we are farmers.
It's the farming basket of Gaza. They used to call it the red gold. Strawberry is the red gold.
Yeah,
now Israel
that's
destroyed all of this, displaced everyone in displacement camps. But do you think, like, if we stop this genocide, Beit Lahia people can go back and plant their farms again?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Once we get any opportunity, we will return back. You know, during the ceasefire time, we started to replanet our farm one more time because we got only 40 days or 42 days. So we returned back to our land to make the farmings, but unfortunately it was a very short temporary ceasefire. We couldn't manage to get the harvest of what we planted already. Our village Beit Lahia famous with the best quality ever in the world of strawberry. That's the red gold. We can plant potato, and we used to export this strawberry to all over the world. We have the best, delicious one, as I mentioned. We used to plant everything: corn, eggplant, potato, tomato, and everything is related to agriculture. We used to plant it there. So now we are not allowed to go to Beit Lahia, and they want to consider it as Israel land. As you can see, they are fighting because they want to take that land. And that one of the conditions, they want to take it and make a settlement on Beit Lahia. So our request to support Beit Lahia people, as also they are not familiar how to get support from the online. They never, for example, when I talk to Noor Gashgash and Dr. Hadir about the project, they are surprised because they are not familiar how to talk even English with somebody outside Gaza to make any project with them, as they just have their work. They are selling, for example, the medicine, they treat the patient, and that's it. They are not familiar to deal with the doctors outside Gaza and make the project, ask for help. And I believe there are so many people outside Gaza that they are interested to help us and interested to help the Palestinian people who is in need, the Palestinian patient, to save their life. And that's the most important thing, to keep them alive.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, Monzer.
my idea actually goes to me, or how I make this proposal project. I got my cousin, he injured around 1 week ago, and he requested from me to buy for him a medicine. And for me, actually, I can't afford, because this medicine is extremely expensive. It costs around 100 US dollar. And for me, 100, it is a lot of money in Gaza. So, for example, I said to him, I promise to share your story with the people who I know. Maybe they have any idea to help you and many others, same as you. And maybe you already know about how many injured people comes to the hospital, to a Shifa hospital or any other hospital in Gaza. More than 500 injured people every single day. And these people, the hospital, they don't have that medicine to give to their patient. So these patients go to the pharmacies to look for their medicine to get or to reduce the pain. So that is my request. That is my appeal. I hope you can help us, whether through me or through any other people. For me, my goal or my target is to help the people around me, the people in Beit Lahia, and that is my request, to find a solution, or maybe I can say a solution, or a way to help them through me or through any other organization. And as I mentioned, that is my request, and everybody request in Gaza: stop the war, get a ceasefire, open the border, allow humanitarian aid to come to Gaza, medical supplies to come to Gaza. Anything else will be a secondary. That is our request: food, medicine, and stop the war. That's it. It's not a big deal, my brother.
Thank you so
Inshallah.
much. Thank you, Munzer. And just, to clarify, for us in our organization, Doctors Against Genocide, we are starting to do aid because we have these connections on the ground with our colleagues in Gaza. We only work with people that we know, like Munzer, like Dr. Al-Farra, like like the doctors in Al-Shifa Hospital. So if we get donations, the donations will go to the pharmacy that is buying the medications for the patients. So
Absolutely.
for the people, for our members and the people who are Doctors Against Genocide, we get our donations from our own members, and we have full transparency. The money goes to somebody like Munzer, and because he worked in a pharmacy with his wife and his colleagues, and the money will go to support the community inside. The same thing with other projects that we are going to talk to everybody about. We know that a lot of organizations are asking for donations, and there's a lot of talk about exploitation of the position, getting money and not spending it the right way. Our promise to the people in Gaza and our promise to each other in Doctors Against Genocide is that every penny is a penny that will be spent on improving the situation in Gaza in terms of food, in terms of water, in terms of medications, or in terms of living situation. And that is a commitment and a plan.
And
That's right. I just want to inform you something, my sister, which is in Gaza, every second count, or
Yes.
every minute count.
Thank you
Every
so
minute
much.
we are losing people. We don't want to lose any more people. And with your support, we can save some lives.
نضال دكتور أستاذ عفانة is
so Munder, inshallah, we'll stay in touch. And
please
I
stay with
remember,
us as we have
yes.
our speaker, Dr. Afane.
Okay, Ikram. Okay. So Munder,
Go
thank you.
ahead.
Stay in touch, and we'll continue on the project. I remember yesterday you told me that the most important thing that we want the world to do is to stop the genocide. Stop the genocide now. Nothing else
That's right.
is going to
Will
help
be a
as long
secondary.
as the bombing continues, as long as the starvation continues. So it's a call for all of us to keep advocating, keep speaking up against the genocide. We need to stop the genocide now. It's already 2 years too late. And in the meantime, try to help the people in Gaza survive this with food, with medications, with a medical point. I know Munzer and his team, the two pharmacists, his wife was the nurse, Noor's wife is also a nurse, and the father of the pharmacist is also a doctor. Hopefully between this group, we're going to have this medical point in that area, at least for the most basic things. We're going to be humble, but anything better than nothing. So stay in touch, Munder. I'll check with you, later on, inshallah. We want to go with our
Inshallah.
brother, Faris Afani. Ahla wa sahla feek.
Thank you.
Faris is
Thank you, my brother.
our dear colleague, our dear brother. We have not been able to have him for a while because of problems and because he's always busy. He's the head of the EMS services in north of Gaza. I think this is
الأمور طيبة. احنا أخذنا موافقة.
سامعنا فارس؟
سامعك يا دكتورنا، كيف حالك؟
الله يخليك. So I mean, this is the first time I meet with Faris face to face since he lost his son. So I'm actually, I don't know, I can say much, but Allah يرحم ابنك. Allah يرحم أصدقائه. Thank you for all the service that you do. And I know you're working day and night, and many times you could not be here because you have to go and bring the victims with your ambulance, whatever left of them, to the hospitals. But we're all ears. We want to hear from you. Did we lose him? Faris? Okay. Okay, he will come back. But if you remember the Faris, he was with us before, and
Yeah, he's here. He's back.
He's back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ustaz Faris?
Akh Faris, do you hear me? Faris? أبو حمزة.
معاك يا دكتور نضال، عشان النت معلش النت ضعيف شوية. معاك يا دكتور، معاك.
Okay, تفضل احكي. I don't want to take too much of your time, so تفضل احكي before we lose you. Please tell us what's happening, how's the situation, and شو بنقدر نعمل. What's your message to us?
طيب، دكتور نعيد سؤالك تاني.
شو كيف الوضع؟ احكي لنا كيف الوضع هلا، شو اللي بصير، قديش صعوبة هيك، وشو رسالتك للعالم، شو رسالتك للدكاترة، لأمريكا، لأوروبا، أي حدا بالعالم، أهل غزة، شو رسالتكم؟ طبعا رسالة واضحة للأسف، بس بدنا نضطر نضل نعيد ونزيد فيها. يعني شو الأهم شيء المطلوب هلا؟
تمام تمام دكتور. تمام، وضحت الأمور. أول حاجة، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. شكرا لك دكتور نضال على هذا اللقاء وهذا الاستضافة وكول. حياهم الله. سأتحدث من آخر معاناة، من آخر مجزرة.
Oh, I think the connection is terrible there. I'm sorry.
Uh,
But
let,
Brother Faris, he's the head of the paramedics in north of Gaza, and every day, all these mass casualties that you see, it's him and his team who are going to get these victims from high risk areas, from active, bombing areas to the hospitals, try to save whoever they can.
صحيح دكتور، سنتحدث آخر مجزرة ارتكبها الاحتلال الآن قبل قليل، حيث الاحتلال الإسرائيلي كل يوم يتم ارتكاب مجزرة بحق منتظري المساعدات، هؤلاء المواطنين العزل الذين يذهبون إلى منطقة زكيم، بحيث يعني مكان عملي شمال قطاع غزة. تقريبا هذا اليوم تقريبا العاشر أو ال11 عندما سمح الاحتلال بإدخال الشاحنات من منطقة زكيم بعد هذه المجاعة التي تضرب قطاع غزة، ولا زالت المجاعة تضرب قطاع غزة، حيث الاحتلال الإسرائيلي الآن ارتكب مجزرة ما يقارب 25 شهيد الآن في منطقة زكيم، من المواطنين المجوعين، من المواطنين الأبرياء، من المواطنين العزل، من المواطنين اللي ذهبوا حتى يستطيعوا الحصول على كيس دقيق حتى يطعموا أبنائهم الصغار، فللأسف الشديد عادوا إلى أبنائهم محملين
طيب خلينا نترجم.
بأكياس
Abu Hamza, خلينا
تفضل.
نترجم قبل ما ننسى. So Abu Hamza is working in the north of Gaza. They're close to the area called Zikim, which is an entrance, one of the entrances to Gaza. Israel have been starving the people of Gaza for 2 years, especially, and the worst situation in the last 3 months. But finally, they tried to allow few trucks to go in from this point, which is the Zikim point. They allowed few trucks to go in. But as as Mr. Bahamza is saying, that every time they allow trucks, starved people, because they've been starved for a long time, try to go to these trucks to get some aid. And every day there is a massacre. The latest one of them is today, where Abu Hamza confirmed that there are 25 people who have been murdered and slaughtered, starved people, and dozens of injuries. تفضل.
يعني صحيح، كما هناك ما يقارب أكثر من 200 مصاب. الاحتلال الإسرائيلي دكتور نضال يعني يكذب على العالم، بحيث يضلل ويخرج الفيديوهات والصور لثواني أو لدقائق بأنه يقوم باحترام أو عدم إطلاق النار على المنتظرين المساعدات، وبعد ما ينتهي هذا المقطع وهذا المشهد الفيديو يتم إطلاق النار وبكثافة على منتظري المساعدات في منطقة زكيم. وأكبر دليل يعني جميع من يصلوا إلى مستشفى حمد، النقطة الأقرب لمنطقة زكيم هي مستشفى حمد على ساحل بحر غرب غزة، حيث تم إنشاء نقطة طبية داخل هذه المستشفى لاستقبال الجرحى والشهداء من منتظري المساعدات في منطقة زكيم. ونلاحظ ونشاهد الطلقات النارية على أجساد منتظري المساعدات، على أجساد النحيفة المجوعة من أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني.
Okay, خلينا نترجم. Mr. Abu Hamza is saying that the closest hospital to this Zikim area is a small hospital called Mustashfa Hamad or Hamad Hospital. That's where they transport the injuries. He's saying that the Israeli authorities and the army are lying to the people. They come up with these photo ops of few trucks coming in and everything looks good and great, and show that on the cameras. Once the cameras are out, then they start massacring people. Every day there is a massacre there. Today, as Abu Hamza mentioned, 25 starved individuals have been murdered today that he transported to Hamad Hospital, and more than 200 injuries. Of course, we know most of these injuries are very serious injuries, and knowing the situation of these hospitals, even the best case, even the best hospitals in the world, even in if you get all Boston, Harvard, all the biggest hospitals in the world, getting 200 mass casualty incident is a disaster. But having a small center in Gaza or any hospital in Gaza that's already deprived of everything receive 200, severely injured people from the most lethal weapons in the world, and knowing, like our brother Monder mentioned, that most of these people, or our resident mentioned, that even if the doctors try to do what they can for aid to stabilize these ones, all of them are going to get infected, and all of them are going to end up with sepsis, dying, or their limbs amputated. Okay, we'll wait for him again. Well, just be a little bit patient with Abu Hamza because of his connection, but I think patience is the least we can offer our people in Gaza. We'll wait a minute until he comes.
Abu Hamza's son was also a medic, right? It was an EMT.
Yes, so Abu Hamza's son is a medic. His name is Baha, and he went with two of his colleagues to get also injured people from under the rubble. They bombed one of the hospitals. They went there, and unfortunately, even once the ambulance there, Israel dropped another bomb and killed whoever was left there, and killed the paramedics themselves. Three of them. One of them is Baha, the son of Abu Hamza. He was 18 or 19 years old. This happened, I think, 2 months ago. And anyone has any comments back and forth until Abu Hamza gets the connection, or we can move with the next speaker? What do you think, guys? What do you suggest? Abu Hamza is here. Okay, تفضل Abu Hamza.
أيضا يعني ناهيك عن هذه المجازر التي ترتكب يوميا بحق منتظري المساعدات، هناك مشهد آخر. الاحتلال الإسرائيلي لا زال يستهدف الأطفال والنساء في الخيام والمنازل، حيث الاحتلال بشكل يومي يقوم بقصف واستهداف، وهناك تقريبا يعني عدد من الشهداء، وغالبية الشهداء من الأطفال والنساء. أيضا المعاناة، سأتحدث عن المعاناة الكبيرة التي تواجه المنظومة الصحية.
قبل ما تروح, this also the report from Abu Hamza confirms the report from the resident early on that during the daytime most of the injuries, the fatalities is attacks on starved people going to get aid, and at night the fatalities and the injuries is from people in their tents being bombed by Israel intentionally, especially the women and the children. So we have two stories that corroborate each other, confirm each other. تفضل.
يعني المعاناة التي سأتحدث عليها الآن هي الكارثة الكبيرة الإنسانية بحق المنظومة الصحية في قطاع غزة، حيث الاحتلال الإسرائيلي قام بتدمير غالبية مستشفيات ومراكز داخل قطاع غزة، وتم تدمير ما يقارب 80% من مقدرات الإسعاف والطوارئ. مركبات الإسعاف التي نعمل عليها الآن هي مركبات مدمرة. بعدما تحدثنا تم تدمير 80% من مركبات الإسعاف، وأيضا مركبات الإطفاء التابعة لرجال الدفاع المدني. نحن نعمل الآن بعد مرور 22 شهر من هذا العدوان وهذه الإبادة الجماعية على أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني، نعمل صراحة بمعجزة أنه لحد هذه اللحظة نقوم بواجبنا وعملنا على مركبات متهالكة. الاحتلال الإسرائيلي لم يبقي لنا أي شيء في قطاع غزة، دمر كل شيء صراحة. نحن الآن كطواقم إسعاف نقوم باستئجار المركبات من المواطنين القديمة، وأيضا إصلاح المركبات المدمرة إن استطعنا ذلك، حتى نتمكن من استمرار هذه الخدمة في قطاع غزة. كما تحدثت، بعد تدمير 80% من مقدرات الإسعاف والطوارئ في قطاع غزة. أيضا هذا العدد كما تحدثت المجزرة.
معلش دقيقة، خلينا نترجم على السريع. نضال بدك تترجم؟
No, go ahead, Karam.
Abu Hamza is telling us that the demands from the team, from the medic and the EMT team, has been so great and so much more than usual. And at the same time, 80% of the capability of emergency services has been destroyed. All they can do now is use their very, very old and very damaged vehicles to bring injured people into the hospitals. And they are trying as much as possible to fix the equipment and the vehicles that they are doing to continue to do their work. تفضل أبو حمزة.
يعني أنا أريد أن أطرح سؤال على جميع من يسمعني الآن. هل هذه الطريقة التي يتعامل بها قوات الاحتلال الإسرائيلي بحق أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني، هذه الطريقة المهينة بتوزيع المساعدات، هل هذه ترضي العالم؟ أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني ضحوا ولا زال يضحوا.
Mr. Abu Hamza is asking, is the way that the IDF treating our people in Palestine by giving the aids in this very humiliating and very unfair way, is this a way that makes the whole world happy? And we continue to sacrifice our own to help our people. تفضل.
يعني هذه الطريقة المهينة صراحة، ونعلم جيدا بأن لا ترضي كل ضمير حي في العالم، حيث الاحتلال الإسرائيلي يتعمد إهانة أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني. وتحدثنا كثيرا للعالم عبر وسائل الإعلام والفضائيات بأن هذه الطريقة التي يقوم بها بتوزيع المساعدات، إن كان عبر المراكز التي تم إنشائها الاحتلال الإسرائيلي تحت حماية شركة أمريكية، تحدثنا بأن هذه المراكز هي مراكز الموت الذي يوميا يتم يروح ضحيتها أو يسقط ضحيتها العشرات من أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني. وأيضا الطريقة في منطقة زكيم حيث الاحتلال يمنع إدخال الشاحنات حتى نقطة معينة، ويقوم المواطنين بالهجوم على هذه الشاحنات، ويتم أخذ قوت يوم أبنائهم في طريقة مهينة ومدلة لأبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني. هناك ناس
أبو حمزة أعطيني بس دقيقة أترجم لأنه مش رح أقدر أترجم كل إشي. Abu Hamza is telling us that the way that the aid is being delivered right now through the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation is extremely humiliating, extremely dangerous, extremely dehumanizing. And he has been talking about it through the media, through the satellite TV, describing the utter humiliation that people have to go through just to get a small amount of food. And he's very, very frustrated about this, and he personally feels insulted.
Yes, I want to add also. I want to add also to what he said, please, Karama. He said that they consider these to be death traps. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundations, they turn them into death traps. And he also brings the other point, what even the trucks that Israel allows through other mechanisms other than the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, the trucks that they come through Zakim also are being used as death traps. So Israel is using food as a weapon of war. This is the exact translation of this. So whether the food is coming through the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, where they trap the starved young men and women to go there and being killed, or when they allowed the few trucks to come to the north to please the international community and to tell Europe and to tell Mr. Witkoff, who's working as an agent of Mossad, an agent of Netanyahu now, that, oh, we are allowed 10 trucks. Once the cameras are off, beyond the point that they're coverage by the camera, they start shooting and massacring the starved people who come to these trucks. So Israel is using food as a weapon of war to exterminate the people of Gaza, no matter where is this food coming from. تفضل أبو حمزة. Okay, راح.
يعني في هذه الطريقة هناك كثير من عوائل الشهداء والمرضى وكبار السن لا يستطيعون الذهاب والذهاب لمسافات بعيدة حتى يحصلوا على كيس دقيق أو على ما يطعموه لأبنائهم. بهذه الطريقة هناك الآلاف من أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني لا تصل إليهم المواد الغذائية. لذلك أصبحت المجاعة لا زالت مستمرة في قطاع غزة في ظل هذه الآلية المهينة لأبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني. تحدثنا كثيرا من أجل
هاي نقطة
إيصال
مهمة، نقطة مهمة يا أبو حمزة، نقطة مهمة الله يخليك بدي أضيفها. So despite that the mechanism that Israel is allowing it is one of the most indignifying, ways you can deliver aid. It also carries the stain that it stands for everything except aid, because the only people who can make it to these distribution sites are usually the youngest and the fittest, which means that it's leaving all the vulnerable communities, the elderly, the sick, the weak, the children, the women, the disabled, the blind. These people, they cannot even make it there. They cannot compete with tens of thousands of young people rushing to get aid. So the mechanism they are implementing is actually leaving those vulnerable communities, the ones that need aid the most, without anything at all. That's why when you see pictures, people saying, "Oh, this child, the starving child, he also has maybe some other neurological disorders." Yes, of course, because the disabled, the sick, the weak, the elderly are the ones who are affected more than anyone else. The little bit, healthier, younger people, maybe they can fight, they can get something, which means we are leaving the ones who are more vulnerable at the risk of dying from starvation before anyone else. Everyone is hungry, but of course the ones who are more vulnerable will get it worse. تفضل أبو حمزة.
مشكلة كل ما بنحكي، كل ما بروح بنحكي احنا هي we lose him. You're muted نضال. رجع.
Yeah, he will come back. His points are important. We need to clarify them. تفضل أبو حمزة. أبو حمزة. أبو حمزة سمعنا؟
سامعك معلش
تفضل.
عشان النت ضعيف شوية، معلش.
مش براحتك، احنا ما معنا وقت. اوكي تفضل.
تمام. سأكمل إن شاء الله رب العالمين. يعني كما تحدثت، يعني هناك يعني المجاعة لا زالت تضرب قطاع غزة، وأكبر دليل هناك يوميا يتم استشهادهم ويتم وفاة أطفال من الجوع. وهنا نحب ننوه للعالم أجمع بأن الاحتلال الإسرائيلي لا زال يتحكم بنوعية الطعام والشراب الذي يدخل إلى قطاع غزة. هناك أصناف كثيرة الاحتلال لا زال يمنع إدخالها. الاحتلال فقط يسمح لحتى هذه اللحظة بإدخال الدقيق والأرز والعدس، بعض البقوليات البسيطة. ومع أنه هذه الطحين والبقوليات مهم جدا، ولكن هناك أصناف مهمة جدا جدا جدا، من أجل يعني هناك مرضى، هناك مصابين بحاجة إلى البيض، بحاجة إلى الفواكه، بحاجة إلى الخضروات. الاحتلال الإسرائيلي لا زال يتحكم في هذه الأصناف ويمنع إدخالها، مما يزيد من معاناة أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني ويزيد هذه المجاعة التي تضرب قطاع غزة. الاحتلال الإسرائيلي يحاول إظهار صورة بأن المجاعة انتهت في قطاع غزة. المجاعة لا زالت مستمرة في قطاع غزة، وأشد مراحل المجاعة لا زالت موجودة في قطاع غزة. وكما تحدثت، هذه المساعدات لا تصل لجميع أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني، بل لعدد بسيط جدا من أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني. وأكبر دليل بأن الاحتلال الإسرائيلي يقوم بإدخال ما يقارب يعني 40 ل 70 شاحنة من الجنوب لأقصى الشمال، وقطاع غزة يحتاج ما يقارب 600 شاحنة يوميا.
نعم. So I mean, in summary, Abu Hamza is saying that what Israel allowed so far is just a drop in the bucket compared to the needs, only allowing 20 or 30 trucks or 40 trucks or 50 trucks a day, while the actual need is more than 600 trucks a day. Also, they also try to control what type of aid is getting in. They are allowing some flour, some rice to get in, which is important. Of course, the people need it, but it doesn't serve all the needs of the community that needs more kind of like a comprehensive kind of aid, comprehensive diet to help the starved people. Because from the experts we heard last few weeks about starvation, giving people just high carbohydrate diets, if they are starving, where actually we might be causing more harm. The diet that should be getting in the aid should be a comprehensive kind of aid to help the people. And this also highlights one thing. As long as the aggressor is the only one who controls everything about the victim, this means the international community has failed. The international community is enabling this. The aggressor, a party to the conflict, should not be the one who allows how many trucks goes in, from where, what type of food gets in, how they do it, how they do the killing here, how they engineer the killing here, the starvation there. Just the fact that the UN, Europe, the US, the Arab countries, the Muslim countries are all talking to Israel to allow aid is by itself a failure. Israel should not be the one who decides how much aid Gaza needs, how does the aid get in. They should have no control on this. As long as we are allowing them to control, we know them. They are masters in playing games. They are engineers. They are a death cult. They are genocidals. They will always come up with a new mechanism to kill more people. So تفضل أبو حمزة.
يعني سأضرب مثال أيضا يعني حي وبسيط جدا. يعني نحن الآن كطواقم طبية نعمل، ولا زلت أتحدث الآن من مستشفى حمد، النقطة القريبة لمنطقة زكيم. يعني نحن نعمل الآن منذ تقريبا الساعة 11 صباحا، والآن الساعة 8:30 وتقريبا مساء، ولا زالت حتى هذه اللحظة تصل. يعني قبل قليل تم نقل 3 مصابين وشهيد إلى مستشفى الشفاء. لا زالت الإصابات تتوافد مع أنه تم التوقف يعني وانتهت إدخال الشاحنات. ولكن هنا أريد أن أتحدث أيضا عن نقطة مهمة، بأن الاحتلال الإسرائيلي يمنع دخول مركبات الإسعاف إلى هذه المناطق التي يسيطر عليها الاحتلال، إن كان بالنار أو بتواجد القوات الاحتلال الإسرائيلي. المصاب يبقى لساعات طويلة ينزف في منطقة زكيم، في منطقة المساعدات، حتى يفقد حياته. وهناك من يكون محظوظ من المصابين، وبعض المواطنين يتم انتشاله عبر تكاتك أو عربات خاصة بالمواطنين الذين ذهبوا لاستلام وإحضار بعض الدقيق. أيضا يعني منذ الساعة 11 لحتى هذه اللحظة، الطواقم الطبية إن كان كإسعاف وطوارئ أو كان أطباء أو تمريض في المستشفيات لم يتلقوا أي وجبة من الطعام. وأيضا من يعمل في هذا الحقل، وهذا نموذج عن باقي المواطنين الذين تحدثنا عنهم بأنهم مرضى وعوائل شهداء لا يستطيعون الوصول إلى هذه المناطق والحصول على الطعام والشراب. أيضا الطواقم الطبية يعملون باستمرار في المستشفيات وبمركبات الإسعاف لنقل المصابين والشهداء. هؤلاء الشريحة أيضا لا يستطيعون الذهاب والحصول على قوت يوم أبنائهم، حيث المعاناة كبيرة جدا. من لهؤلاء الأطباء والتمريض والمسعفين؟ من سيحضر لهم الطعام والشراب؟ من سيحضر لهم الدقيق في ظل هذه الطريقة المهينة الذي يتعامل بها قوات الاحتلال الإسرائيلي من خلال إدخال الشاحنات، ويجبر الشاحنات بعدم الدخول إلى نقطة معينة، وبعد ذلك يمنع إدخال هذه الشاحنات ويمنع تأمين هذه الشاحنات. من أراد هذه الفوضى ومن أراد بأبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني وإهانة كرامة أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني بهذه الطريقة؟ الأطباء أخي الكريم دكتور نضال يبقون بالساعات الطويلة ولا يحصلون على لقمة عيش واحدة أو طعام في اليوم واحدة، وإن حصل على وجبة رز صغيرة جدا فبكون هذا الطبيب أو المسعف محظوظ. وأنا بؤكد الآن ليس من باب أنه أنا بدي، لا، أهم من باب إظهار هذه المعاناة وهذه المقتلة بحق أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني وحق الأطباء. الطبيب والممرض يبقى بالساعات داخل الاستقبال والطوارئ دون أن يشرب أو يأكل. من يجوع هؤلاء؟ أليس هذه الطريقة المهينة؟ لو تم تأمين هذه الشاحنات ودخولها إلى مراكز الوكالة UN وتم توزيعها عبر السيستم لحفظ كرامة أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني. كان كل أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني حصل على هذه المساعدات بكرامة، ولكن الاحتلال الإسرائيلي يتعمد بإظهار هذه الصورة للعالم بأنه هيو كسر المجاعة ودخل الشاحنات. لا، المجاعة لا زالت مستمرة. وكما تحدثنا، قطاع غزة ليس كفايته 70 و60 شاحنة، 600 شاحنة عشان نقول والله ولمدة شهر بالكامل حتى نقول المجاعة راحت. المجاعة لا زالت مستمرة، المجاعة قاتلة في قطاع غزة.
So Abu Hamza is saying that not just the people and the patients are starving, the doctors, the paramedics, the nurses, they have all been starving. They work long hours, day and night. He himself and his team have been working all night, did not eat anything. And whenever anyone of them, the doctor, nurses get a small, share of rice, they consider themselves lucky if they get that once or a day or every other day. So everybody is starving. This should not be acceptable. The doctors, the nurses, they need at least to get some food to be able to work, to tend to the victims, to the injured people. This is not something the international community should accept. He's saying that Israel is lying, that they are taking measures to fix the problem with the starvation, while they're not doing anything meaningful to do that. The few trucks that they're allowing in, are not enough. The scale of the need is by magnitudes more than what they are allowing. And also, it exposes the complicity of the international community, the UN and Guterres, and all the big mouths at the UN are coming every day to say, oh, we need this. They know they are lying. They know that Israel will not allow this. By appealing to Israel, they know they already failed the victims. They know that in other conflicts in the world, they would have sent troops already many months ago to go with these trucks to protect them and to get aid to the needy. They know what is the process, how to send aid if it was everywhere else except Palestine. And they know that the aggressor should never be the one who called the shots. How many trucks here, how many trucks there? And they know Israel always exploits the system and buys more time to kill more people because that is their goal. Their goal is not to look nice or good or meet this or that. Their goal is to exterminate the people in Palestine and ethnically cleanse them and make Gaza uninhabitable. And until then, they're willing to use every excuse, every tactic to buy time. One day, no trucks at all. One day, maybe like a dribble here, a dribble there. That is their game. The world should know this. There is no excuse for the UN or Europe or the Arab countries to say, no, we're trying. No, you're not trying. You are lying. You are lying yourselves. You're lying to us because 2 years after this, we should know better. 20 years after the siege of Gaza, we should know better. 100 years of genocide in Palestine since 48, we should know better. That is Israel's tactic to buy more time, to kill more people, to displace more people, to destroy more Gaza, to make it uninhabitable, to make the life of people in Gaza so miserable that they will wish to die, as many of our people already wish to die. Children wish to die rather than this. I would rather have, being killed by a missile rather than this slow death of starvation, or at one point open a border here and there and pretend, oh, this is voluntary immigration. The people of Gaza chose this. Of course, you can play this game because, when you destroy everything around them, what do you expect them to do? There is nothing voluntary about this. This is all part of an extermination campaign. تفضل أبو حمزة.
يعني صراحة يعني دكتور، لو تحدثنا لساعات طويلة لا نستطيع صراحة يعني إيصال الصورة وإيصال الكارثة والمجازر والإبادة الجماعية ومعاناة أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني إن كان عيشهم في الخيام في ظل هذا الحر القاتل، وفي انعدام المياه الصالحة للشرب، وفي انعدام التغذية السليمة والمجاعة القاهرة. هناك دكتور معاناة كبيرة يعني صراحة. يعني مهما أتحدث ومهما أوصف من هذه المعاناة الكبيرة والمجازر والمناظر التي نشاهدها بشكل يومي، صراحة لا أستطيع وصف ما نشاهده من خاصة من أبناء شعبنا الضعاف صراحة. يعني حالنا والله يبكي يعني يا دكتور، والله يبكي.
الله
يعني
الله
مهما تحدثت يعني لا أستطيع صراحة وصف هذه المشاهد. يعني هذا ما أتحدث عنه يا دكتور جزء بسيط، بسيط جدا 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 من هذه المعاناة وهذه الكارثة. وهذه يعني قطاع غزة أصبح صراحة يعني معدوم مدمر. يعني مهما في شيء، يعني بحاول ألاقي كلمة في القاموس توصف ما يحدث في قطاع غزة. والله يا أخي الكريم لن تجد كلمة واحدة. يعني تقول إبادة جماعية، تقول مجازر، تقول تطهير عرقي، لا يوجد كلمة توصف ما يحدث في قطاع غزة من معاناة أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني بعد مرور 22 شهر من هذا الظلم وهذا القهر وهذا يعني العجز الذي وصلنا إليه في ظل الخذلان العالمي صراحة والدولي. يعني أنا بدوري، يعني أنا بتبع التضامن والتعاطف، وخاصة يعني عند الدول الغربية صراحة. يعني تعاطف كبير جدا، ولكن هذا لا يكفي. هذا التعاطف يجب أن يترجم على أرض الواقع، والضغط على حكوماتهم حتى يتم إيقاف هذه المجازر والإبادة الجماعية وإنقاذ الأطفال وإنقاذ النساء. يعني أنا كضابط إسعاف، يعني عندما أذهب في كثير من الاستهدافات، يعني هذا مشهد مؤلم جدا يعني صراحة. عندما أذهب يعني عندما أذهب ألاقي يعني امرأة حامل، بتلاقي الأم مقطعة والجنين جنبها، حتى متصاوب الجنين ومستشهد جنبها وطالع من بطن أمه. فهذه المشاهد وهذا الألم.
Allah يفرج الله بينا أبو حمزة. So Abu Hamza is saying that the horrors in Gaza are beyond description. Whatever he says, no words can describe what's happening. The scale of the catastrophe and the atrocity is beyond any words. Even the words of genocide and ethnic cleansing or any type of campaign cannot describe what's happening. They're trying to find words in the vocabulary or in the dictionary, any dictionary in the world, to describe what's happening, and they still feel short. The death by all means, whether starvation or bombing, uh, is beyond description. When he sees as a paramedic and head paramedic area, when he goes to these areas that has been bombed, and he sees the women, pregnant women, blown to pieces, and their embryos thrown out of their wombs, and the embryos themselves are cut into pieces. He saw his own son and his colleagues, bombed and killed. Every day they see bodies with no heads, children with missing parts. It's what the world allowed, and what the world is allowing to happen in Gaza is a failure beyond any description. The people of Gaza do pay attention to the Western world, especially the people. The people are trying to advocate against this genocide, and they do appreciate this greatly. They look at you, they see you, but they want you to do more, because whatever we're doing so far is not enough, because the killing continues, the starvation continues, the criminals are still have a free hand against those defenseless victims, women, men, children, mothers, grandmothers, elderly, sick, doctors, nurses, paramedics. Everyone is a fair game. Everyone is a target by this genocidal machine that we, the West, especially the United States, are funding, are giving them the bombs, the weapons, the money. We are giving them the diplomatic cover. We are shielding them from any consequences. And many countries in the world, even our allies, Canada, Britain, Australia, everyone is trying to jump off this sinking, filthy, genocidal Zionist ship But many of them are still scared from doing too much because they're scared from American, sanctions and American pressure, especially with the economy. But I mean, this is a call for the Americans to do more to hold their, elected officials more accountable. They are committing all these crimes in our name without our consent. They are using our tax money. Um, I mean, we the American people are perpetrators. We are partners in this. It's not just something that no one told us about. It has been video streamed by Abu Hamzi, by his colleagues, by the people of Gaza from day one. Not a single day they did not share with us their videos of children, of women, of mothers, of doctors being thrown to pieces and cut to pieces by our most lethal bombs in the world that are designated to fight big armies, to fight major powers, not to fight kids sheltering in a school, and kill hundreds and hundreds, 20,000 children so far. تفضل أبو حمزة.
يعني أنا بحب كمان أوجه رسالة يعني للكل اللي بسمعني الآن أو بيشاهدني. بحب أقول لهم إنه في دولكم هناك يعني جمعيات ومؤسسات تهتم بالرفق بالحيوان، وخاصة بالكثير من هذه المؤسسات، وهناك حقوق الإنسان. أنا بحب أقول لكم إنه عندكم في دول العالم أو الدول الغربية تتعاملون بكل رفق مع هؤلاء الحيوانات، لكن للأسف الشديد في قطاع غزة الاحتلال الإسرائيلي يتعامل معنا بوحشية قاتلة، لا يرحم لا صغيرا ولا كبيرا. يعني أنا كما يعني أعيد كلامي مرة أخرى، وأنا يعني بحيي هذا التضامن الكبير الذي يعني من قبل الدول الغربية، ولكن هذا لم يترجم على أرض الواقع بإيقاف هذه المجازر وإيقاف هذه الإبادة الجماعية. يعني أريد أن أسأل سؤال: إلى متى يعني هذا الظلم، هذا القتل؟ ألا يكفي بعد مرور 22 شهر للضغط وإيقاف هذه العدوان وهذا الظلم على الأطفال والنساء؟ يعني أنا كأب، يعني أنا صحيح أنا فقدت ابني براء، كان يعمل مسعف متطوع في وحدة الإسعاف والطوارئ. تم استهدافه هو واثنين برفقته من المسعفين أثناء قيامهم وإسعاف مجموعة من المواطنين. صحيح أنا فقدت ابني براء، وبعتز وبفتخر فيه أنه كان يقوم بعمله الإنسان تجاه المصابين ونقل الشهداء، ولكن هذا ينم على وحشية الاحتلال الإسرائيلي، لأنه في كل مرة عندما يقوم باستهداف طواقمنا يعلم جيدا بأن هؤلاء ويراقب جيدا ويعلم بأن هذه مركبة إسعاف، وأنه لا طواقم طبية، وأنه لا يشكلون خطر على الاحتلال الإسرائيلي. لكن هنا أؤكد وحشية الاحتلال الإسرائيلي استهدفت كل شيء في قطاع غزة. الاحتلال الإسرائيلي ليس له خطوط حمر يتعامل بها في قطاع غزة، كل شيء مستباح هنا في قطاع غزة. أنا صحيح فقدت ابني براء رحمة الله عليه، وأبقى صراحة يعني عندما أتحدث بأن أنا قدمت ابن، والجميع يعلم يعني مدى محبة الابن، وهو فلذة كبد يعني من كبد الأب والأم، ولكن نبقى مقصرين صراحة أمام هذه التضحيات الكبيرة والذي نشاهدها عندما نسمع عائلات بأكملها مسحت من السجل المدني. نحن نبقى مقصرين عندما نقول والله قدمنا شهيد واحد، بالمقابل هناك عائلات بأكملها مسحت من السجل المدني، وعشرات من فقد اثنين وثلاثة وأربعة، من فقد عائلته، من فقد 50 نفر من عائلته. يعني هناك مجازر وحشية ترتكب بحق الإنسان، بحق الإنسانية، بحق يعني أبناء شعبنا الفلسطيني. الاحتلال الإسرائيلي لا يحترم قانون دولي إنساني، لا يحترم أي اتفاقية دولية. الاحتلال الإسرائيلي يضرب بعرض الحائط جميع هذه الاتفاقيات، وأكبر دليل على ذلك هو استهداف المستشفيات والمراكز الصحية بحجة أنه تواجد إرهابيين. الاحتلال الإسرائيلي يعلم جيدا بأن هذه المستشفيات هي مستشفيات بعيدة عن هذا الشيء، وتقوم بتقديم الخدمة الإنسانية للجرحى والمصابين. وعندما يقوم باستهداف مركبات الإسعاف بشكل واضح أمام مرأى العالم، وهنا أريد أن أضرب مثال قريب جدا. عندما الاحتلال أقدم على إعدام 15 مسعف وضابط إسعاف في منطقة رفح في تل السلطان، وقام بمحاولة إخفاء هذه الجريمة بدفن جثامين الشهداء ودفن مركبات الإسعاف التي كانت بحوزة هؤلاء الأبطال المسعفين. الاحتلال الإسرائيلي هذه المشاهد شاهدها العالم بأجمع وبأسره. ماذا حدث بعد هذه المجازر؟
So Abu Hamza is saying that for Israel, everyone in Gaza is a target. They are not sparing anyone. They are deliberately attacking everyone, especially the children, the women, the healthcare personnel, the doctors, the nurses, the paramedics. He mentioned the case of the 3 ambulances and the 15 paramedics who were intentionally murdered and killed by Israel. He mentioned the case of his son and 2 of his colleagues who went to save people but ended up being murdered and killed by them. He is appealing to the international community, especially the West, that protects human rights and protects and always present themselves as the champions of human rights, even champions of animal rights. They care about their animals, their pets, while they are enabling Israel and giving it the impunity to commit these crimes against the whole people of Palestine. That Israel is even treating them much worse than animals. Compared to the Western standards. Anyone who's unmuted, please. Can you mute yourself? Okay.
I'll
So,
look and I'll mute people.
Abu Hamza, thank you. Thank you, Abu Hamza. Allah yarhamu الشهيد. الله يحميكم. Thank you for all your service. شكرا على خدمتك. انتوا أبطالنا. انتوا نتعلم منكم كل يوم. والله يفرجها قريب. في معنا الدكتور أحمد الفرة. الله يخليك. بدنا نحاول أكبر عدد ممكن من دكاترة يحكوا معنا اليوم. بس إذا معك وقت إن شاء الله ممكن نرجع لك بكم من أسئلة. في معنا الدكتور أحمد، وفي عنا محمد الفرة، وفي عنا الأخ رامي كمان. أخ رامي سامحنا. أخ رامي he's the coordinator for the community of the disabled and the blind community in Gaza, and we're trying to open kind of a small way to help this community because تفضل أبو حمزة.
دكتور نضال، بنقدر نغادر عشان مشغولين شوي بعد إذنك؟
ماشي بالسلامة، وإن شاء الله الأسبوع الجاي بنسمع منك، وإن شاء الله يحميكم وتضلوا بخير بسلامة. إن شاء الله تكون الأخبار أفضل الأسبوع الجاي. Rami, we are sorry for the delay, deeply sorry, but every one of you is important. That's the problem. It's hard to skip. So go ahead, Akh Rami, are you there?
Yeah. Thanks.
تفضل, introduce yourself and tell us what's happening, how we can help Brother Rami.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Nadal. I'm Rami Gabun from Gaza. I'm a member of Gaza Forum for Blindness here in Gaza. First, I would like to thank Dr. Nadal and everyone contribute in the project, which aims to distribute food parcels for the most vulnerable people in Gaza who are visually impaired. As you know, their situation now is very catastrophic. They didn't receive any food parcels for them more 5 months. And as you know, the current food distribution mechanism is indignity, and it similar to the game of death. And the healthy people cannot get the parcel. So imagine that the persons who are visually impaired, how they can get these parcels. The project aims to distribute 100 food parcels to the visually impaired persons in Gaza every week. For the past days, we held a lot of meeting with Dr. Nidal, Karama, and Tom, Marina, and Albert in order to arrange all the procedures needed to implement these activities. Yesterday, we chose, or the Gaza Forum for Blindness organization chose 100 beneficiaries, depending on many criteria, like there is no stable income for those people, full blindness, lives in a tent, and they must be married and carry out the responsibility of 5 dependents at least. During the activities, the food parcels we intend to distribute contains the most urgent needed items like the white flours, rice, oil, and vegetables. So we distribute a price offers for many suppliers, and we wait their reply. I think tomorrow we will receive the price offers. Once we receive the offers, we will choose the worst price, and I think at the end of this week, the food parcels will be distributed to the most needed 100 disabled persons in Gaza. Yeah. Yeah, Dr. Nidal.
Thank you so much, Rami. We're very supportive of this effort because just like Rami said, the disabled and especially the blind community has no way of getting to the aid side. So they would be the first people to suffer extreme hunger and extreme starvation. And unless we have a mechanism for the more able-bodied people to actually help them and give and send them prepared meals or send them whatever they can get their hands on, they might just perish. And so we're very grateful that we were able to connect with Rami and his team so that they can help us support this important and very special community in Gaza. And especially the blind people, there are 1,200 newly blind Palestinians in Gaza from direct eye injury, and over 4,000 partially blind people because of injuries as well. And all of these are much limited. Gaza Humanitarian Fund is literally like a dystopian mechanism for getting food. Think of the horror movies that you can see. Think Hunger Games. So it's a shame that this is what we have to do, but we are committed to try as much as we can to support, uplift, help, and make life, even if it's a little bit easier for anyone in Gaza, we are committed to do it. Rami. And we also have Dr. Al Farra with us today. Dr. Ahmad? Oh, Dr.
Yeah, it's a surprise.
This is Dr. Ahmad's son.
Well, actually, he is in an interview with Al Jazeera English.
Oh, good.
So, yeah,
So
I
after
think,
he's done, he should come here. Please ask him.
So Muhammad also is going to talk to us about, Muhammad is leading an organization called United for Gaza. It's also a local organization that distributes meals, hot meals, and the soup kitchen to a place north of Gaza. Ahmed also is another partner of us. Muhammad, sorry, is another partner of us, him and his colleagues. And we have been working with them the last few days. Since the last week, we launched the campaign. So if you want to tell us more about the campaign, what is the work, how things are going so far, Muhammad, please.
yeah, of course, exactly. Well, first of all, I'd really love to thank everybody here, the doctors, the individuals, and everyone. Um, I know it's so dangerous for you as the people who live in the worldwide to be maybe chased by the governments or something like that. So And also, you are still going with the
Don't worry
donations and
about
the
us,
funds.
Ahmad. Do not just, we're good.
Yeah, I know,
We
but
are more
it's
worried
like,
about you. That's why we want you to be
I
safe.
know.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
that's
We're
what I,
tough. We are learning from you guys. So we're tough. We don't care. We don't give a
oh,
damn about them as long as we're doing the right thing.
yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so it's a pleasure actually. In the past week we have done many projects. It was like a food project. We got some water for the people and some food. We made rice and uzi, which was a traditional dish actually. But today I'm gonna speak about some challenges. It's some challenges that nobody knows about. The only way to know about these challenges, it's not the media. The media won't tell you any about these challenges, you know. It's the only way to know the real circumstances in Gaza to listen from someone who based there and who can tell you about it. So we received some funds from Doctors Against Genocide last week. We received a good amount of money actually, and we went to the market to buy the food, to prepare it, and then distribute the food for the people in the camps. Okay. So, we all know about the merchants. We all know about the percentage of we need to take liquidity cash because the lack of the cash here in the Gaza Strip, it's becoming harder over time. So, we went to get some food. We went to get cash money, because food is not being sold in the markets now. There's no markets, there's no Carrefour, and I can go just and buy some food from there. So it's all you can find is just a table in the street, and you can buy from this man. So this man doesn't know about Visa cards, credit cards, MasterCards. You have to pay in cash. So we went to get cash out of our bank accounts, and the only way is to pay money to a big merchant who own a lot of cash in his pocket, and he can give you this cash for a percentage. Maybe he will take half of your money. We paid 42% of the money just to take it in cash. Even keep in mind that prices are so high. We are paying 10 times than the normal prices. We bought the 1 kilo of rice for 60 shekels, and it was 6 shekels before the genocide. So we need to know these circumstances. We need to know these challenges because you have the right to know. Okay, I can see a lot of the questions. I can I can see a lot of questions. I can see a lot of questions in the questions and answers here. A lot of people are asking about the borders and how you can get food for the displaced families, and the borders are closed and the checkpoints are almost a game of death. So the answer is we buy food from these people who will go to the GHF and who get food, and the lucky people who are not being killed in these games of death, and we buy food from them. So this is the only solution to get food. We pay 10 times than the normal prices, and we take the money out of bank accounts by paying half of the money just to get the cash. Okay, so these are challenges you have to know about. Actually, a lot of these challenges are in Gaza, but the media is not telling about. Even mosquitoes. Mosquitoes is the biggest, and I'm not kidding. Mosquitoes is the biggest challenge. We are not sleeping every night. We are not sleeping. You will always have a sleepless night in the trip, and this is what I mean, this is the situation. I mean, you can see. I mean, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can see the mosquitoes are just it's so itchy, and you can't sleep. These are challenges. You can think that it's just the small things, and we can just keep going and it's fine, but no, it's not. These some challenges. Last week, I mean, I think 10 days ago, I went to the game of death. Okay, one of my friends told me about this, and he said, okay, if you go there, you will be able to get flour. And flour was so expensive, and even it's not there in the markets. We went there because the one sack of flour was around 4,000 shekels, or even I think it reached the 10,000 shekels, the 10,000, yeah. So we went there to get some flour. I went there, I saw the military tank with my naked eyes for the first time in the genocide. I saw the military tank. We went to Muraj corridor, which is the road between Rafah and Khan Yunis. We went there. I mean, the military tank was about 70 meters away from me. I saw it with my naked eyes, and we kept going. We kept walking to get the flour as soon as it's arrived, as soon as it arrived to the Rafah borders and then to Khan Yunis borders, you know. So we went there. We tried to look for some flour. I I was in my hardest moment in my entire life. I saw death. I swear I saw death. It was for my, you know, it's been 2 years now in the genocide, but I haven't seen harder than this moment. I saw the military tank, the occupation, and the snipers of the Israeli occupation. But you know, as we have an old saying in Arabic, الموت مع الجماعة رحمة. So if you're with a lot of people and you will die, then it's fine because you're not alone. You have your people around you. So it was so hard. I saw with my naked eyes a lot of people are being killed easily in a cold blood, and nobody can help them. All what you care about is food. If you went down, if you look down in this in the ground, nobody will help you. It's just normal because people are being starved. They are so hungry. So the only way is you will keep going. I was in a moment, I swear. I mean, like I said inside of my brain, I said, okay, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, now I'm gonna die. I will die now. As the military tank started to turn over and they started to bomb the people, there were like around million of people. Like it's so unimaginable. A lot of people was there. I said, okay, now I will die. So please, just Allah forgive me that because I wasted my life in this stupid thing. I know. I mean, from when and from where, I mean, food can be used as a weapon. This is just shame for the world. If I need to get food to feed my teethless brothers and my family, I have to sacrifice my life. Is this even make sense? I said, okay, now I'm gonna die, so it's okay. I was just running. I said, La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. I have a bronchial asthma actually, so I can't run that far away. So I said, okay, guys, it's over. The game is over. It's really a game of death. So the military tank started to bomb people. I saw people are getting killed in front of my eyes. Beheaded kids. I saw beheaded people, beheaded fathers. They were just trying to get some food for their sons and daughters. This is all what I saw. And my friend who told me about this. I mean, I have my friend. He's Abdurrahman. May Allah accept him. He's now dead, unfortunately. He told me about this, and he is the one who convinced me to go there to the GHF or to the Murad corridor or so on. Unfortunately, in that day, I lost him. I lost Abdurrahman, and he was one of my friends. And I mean, it's been 7 years now. We were so close, and I lost him because he was trying to get food. Can you imagine it? We are not saying stories. We are not saying. I mean, we are not in a movie. It's just the reality now. It's the hard reality. It's the painful reality. I lost Abdurrahman. I lost so many members. I lost so many friends just because they were getting food for their families. Abdurrahman, his father was unemployed. He had many toothless brothers, so he was the only person in his family who can go and get some food. He was 20 years old, so his father couldn't go there because he's older, but he went there to get food and ended up with him getting killed in a cold blood. So, it's just so hard when you see the people are dying just to get food and to get flour and so on. I mean, I have a message to the world, and I mean, like, I don't know, it's just my message is from my bottom of my heart. Either the world burns just like Gaza, or Gaza live in peace just like the rest of the world. This is all what we need. Because when you can see the people are drinking Starbucks or eating McDonald's in the world, and I mean, I do respect everyone, and I know that the people are making a march against the occupation, are making a lot of movements, and I respect that. And also, I have many friends in the UK who got arrested for 3 or 4 times just because of Palestine. So thank you so much. But I know that a lot of people are not boycotting the companies who are supporting the occupation. So I really wish Gaza lives in peace or the world burns just like Gaza, because it's unfair. It's the place of dignity, from the land of dignity and from the land of olive trees. There is no olive trees and there is no dignity now. So things are just getting complicated and harder over time, okay? This is all, I think this is all we have. And I can see that a lot of people are asking some questions. I would really love to answer these questions, of course, because I know that a lot of people abroad has many queries about Gaza. Because of course, if you're not in Gaza, you'll ask how you can make it without electricity, how you still have the internet connection, how you can get guys water, drinking water, even the borders are closed. How you can, I mean, of course, I know, I understand these inquiries, and I would really love to answer it. So please, if anyone has any questions, it's gonna be appreciated. Oh, one last thing. I tried to escape just 2 months ago. I said, okay, it's over, because I mean, like, it's unimaginable. We left our house. I mean, we've been displaced for 7 times. We have lost 2 houses, with the original one, and we have rebuilt another one, and we lost it again. So I said, okay, there is no life here anymore. We need to leave Gaza. I called every embassy in Jerusalem. I called all the embassies. I called the French embassy. I called the Britain embassy. I called the American embassy. I called Italy. I called everything. I called everyone. I made my best. Actually, I have done everything I could just to leave Gaza with my family, or even alone. Maybe it's, I mean, I can survive. I can just keep going with my life. I can get back to my studies again. I can complete my working and my business. But actually, one sentence I heard from all of them, they said, okay, if you're not married with any American women or British women, or you won't be able to leave. If you don't have the working visa and the passport of this country, you won't be able to leave. So ended up with me realizing that yes, those who carry passports, who are Canadians or Americans or British or whatever they are unfortunately not a statistics, and their souls are much expensive than ours. I mean, the world is not given any, uh, and I'm not gonna say this word, but I mean, the world didn't care about our souls and about our life. I mean, of course, I won't cry and I won't make any drama, but it's just true. And when it's so hard when I realized that the world is dealing with us as numbers and statistics, and in the other hand, you can see that the people are leaving Gaza because they have the passports and they are holding the nation. I mean, they have second nationality, Like I have my aunt, she's Canadian, and she couldn't tell me, but she was able to leave Gaza. I mean, the world cares about her life, but not my life. So this is the Palestinian passport. This is the place of dignity, and this is the place of olive trees, and this is Palestine, and this is Gaza Strip. Yeah, simply, yeah, that's the truth. I mean, it was so hard, I know, and I mean, oh God, I mean,
Ahmed,
like, of course,
Ahmed,
I
tell people how old
yeah,
are
I'm 19, almost to 20.
No way.
you? He's a teenager.
I'm a teenager, yeah, but I'm
Okay.
thinking and praying I'm like 30 years old, 35, because what I have been through is unimaginable, and I can see, and I saw a lot of bad circumstances and situations. We've read a lot, but we need to stay strong. We need to keep going, and we need to keep hope alive. This is who we are. This is Palestinians. This is Gazans, and we need to keep going that way. And
So
and one more thing, we can see the effect, and we can see how your word is affecting the genocide and the war. I mean, of course, I mean, words and speaking is not enough to make something in Gaza, but we can see that maybe your donations can help keep hope alive, your movement, and I mean everything we can see. So it's so appreciated, everyone here. I would really love to thank all of you, and we can see the result of your speaking up. So just keep going and speak up about Gaza and Palestine.
Yes,
Allah يسعدك
speak
يا
up, speak up, speak up, and we have to do more. That's the message that we heard today from everyone in Gaza. We have to stop
Yeah.
this genocide now before anything else. Plus, we have to send aid. So, despite all these difficulties, you were able to deliver meals to how many families, Ahmed? Despite all the problems, despite
Yeah,
all
despite all
the
the
problems the
problems.
world is putting on you, how many families were you able to feed in the last 2, 3 days?
Last 3 days, they were like 3,000 people, around maybe 300 up to 500 families, in minimum or maximum, I think. We have the statistics, we have the numbers and the figures. I can share it with you later. And today we have done a project. I'm waiting for the video to be done so I can send it right away to you so you can see it. So it's 3 days in a row. We have done many projects and food projects for the people. And yeah, we saw people's smiles on their faces. So this is why we will stay strong and we will
you
keep
just
going.
got a marriage proposal.
Oh, we have a wife
Oh,
for you.
Yes.
What
no.
citizenship? What citizenship?
No,
Okay,
that's
you pick.
embarrassing. I
What
mean,
citizenship
like,
do you want, Ahmed? And you pick. You want American, Canadian, British, French?
no, I'm not. I mean, I'm not gonna make it. Of course,
They are
if it was,
lucky. They are lucky. So you make your call.
You have your choice.
Habibi.
Yeah.
no. I'm the one who's lucky actually, and
So
I
a lot of people are asking in the chat, how do we help? How
mm,
do we support? How do we send money? So I just put the link. This is we are working with Ahmed. So we are
yeah,
sending
exactly.
the money to the bank accounts of everyone, the Beit Lahia, the Ahmed organization, and the disabled group. We are sending them the money to help them buy food. The food is coming from those abled people who actually can risk their lives to get money from the criminal Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. I want to say Gaza Holocaust Foundation. And
Yeah.
so people who are fit and strong, they go, they get the food, they bring it back, and they sell it for very high prices, which is, of course, they risk their lives
For
for.
cash, just for cash, yeah.
And just for
And this
cash.
is
So
the yeah,
when we send 10 grants to Ahmed, he probably gets 5 of them, and then
yeah.
5 of them he buys the supplies for a meal, and then they cook the meal and they deliver. Same thing for the disabled group. Same thing for the other. There's another group in Gaza that we are also supporting called United for Gaza. So very expensive. It costs a lot of money, but we are this way. You and I and everybody on this panel and everyone who's sending money is able to save life, because we do not want people to starve because they cannot go to the death traps of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation sites, the 4 sites. Just to so you guys understand what we're doing here. We are not succeeding in getting aid in. We don't have aid going to Gaza. What we are doing is supporting people on the ground so that they are able to survive on whatever there is in Gaza.
So thank you, Karama. So actually, I have a trick, Ahmed. I want you to maybe, I have someone who might give us a trick out of this. His name is Ziad Amawi. He's our next partner in this. He's heads the relief committee. And Iyad told me they have some ways around this cash thing. It doesn't work all the time, but inshallah, Ahmed and Iyad, please talk to each other after this. Iyad,
Inshallah.
Iyad is our next partner. He's with
Yeah,
Relief
I'm with
Committee,
you, inshallah.
and
With you, Dr.
we are
Nidal.
supporting them to send
Yeah,
fresh vegetables and fruits to needy families.
yeah,
Ahla wa sahla, Iyad. So please update us on what's happening and what mechanism are you using that can
yeah,
help, other
of course,
partners or other people in Gaza, please.
of course. How are you, everybody? I hope you are well. That's very nice meetings. I know Dr. Nidal is also a great supervisor in his meetings, and mashallah, and all of our colleagues. Keep going. We just waiting any support
from the world to support our resilience also. Look, Dr. Nidal and my colleague, the caching process here is very complicated. Nothing remains as original days. The Palestinian Authority also prevent the cash to come into the Gaza from the beginning of the genocide. And there is no any way to withdraw our caching process from the ATM machine or the station of banks, because the Israeli continuing intensifying bombing at all the time. And also the Palestinian bank suspended their works from more than 3 months after the break, the last ceasefire in the last January. And until this moment, all of the deals between the peoples and directly with the merchants. So there is no any directions in that from the economical ministry or any others governmental issues. So it's up to the merchants themselves. They can do inflation in prices and put the prices that they needed. Look, most of the rice and flowers that reselling in the markets here is black market. Most of the merchants just take the and seek the food from the GHF or others distribution center or from the trucks and resell it. So who is now cooking for the people is mainly the World Kitchen as all. And they can support our people with a huge amount for foods. The personal initiatives like what we're still doing and my colleagues do, it's very appreciated, and we need to support it because there is no any other solution. The affordable solution that's for every elderly people and children to buy foods by the prices in the black market. So to reduce the harms and to reduce the commissions, because it's very high, we deal with the electronic accounts, not with the caching process. A lot of merchants have refused to do that, but we find some of them, they have a good faith and they still wants to support their society and to strengthen the fabric of the social here. So they accepted the dealing with the electronic accounts without any commissions. But they put, Dr. Nidal, some higher price than the caching buying process. So it's acceptable, even though what's still happening, but we can deal with this with a good man to continue our work and my colleagues' work. So it's very important, like vegetables, like something that is still happening here. We can do that, but it's a limited resources. Even though what 3,000 people we have here in Deir Balah, 84 camps. I have more than 19,000 displaced peoples in my camps that we managed with my colleagues. So without the World Kitchen, I cannot feed those people because we have more than 20,000 people. So it must be clear for all my colleagues. It's not alternative solution. We supportive solution. We are supportive. But the main solution is to grant the WFP and the World Kitchen and others United Nations organization to resume their work in the tikiyat or soap kitchens or something like that, to resuming their works. Without this solution, just we talk about 3,000 or 5,000, but we have here in the middle governance more than 380,000 people, displaced people. Who will feed those people? By this way, we will force those people to go to the GHF warehouses and to the Zakim and Nitsarim corridor and seeking foods under the death trap and to face horrible times. I know a lot of my friends, day by day, they went there and they face dangerous things and drones. Until this moment, I know some of my friends, maybe 3 of them was injured before 3 hours when they're seeking food from the Moraj GHF warehouses distribution center. So it's not a solution. That's the main solution. that we need to increase the pressure. You talk about that in Congress meetings you did before. It's very grateful. And we need to repeat these actions to increase the pressure. It's very easy, Dr. Nidal. Let the trucks come enter Gaza without restrictions. Okay, all our initiatives is appreciated, and we need to continue. We will not suspend. We will not give up. There is no interest. Look, and I'm now comes from the market. Maybe the bottle of the baby formula with 1 kilogram baby formula need more than 100 shekels, maybe 35 shekels dollars. So you can, and they didn't need by electronic bank to pay. They need cashing. I know a lot of my people here haven't any cash. So maybe when our estimation with the other agency, if we continue like that, after 1 week up to 10 days, nothing can anyone here to buy from the black market, even though the inflation prices. So it's another crisis that will come to the Gaza. So all of us depends on the maybe illusion in the market, illusion in the economic circle. So we need to break this and to do more clarification to the world. The famine and the starvations cause the collapsation of the economical issues here. It's very important to know. So maybe up to 10 days, we will continue our work. But after that, I don't know how we can buy without any cash with us in our wallets. So it's very important to know. I will write something with the Guardian, a new piece about the challenges for the economics in Gaza and when the starvation is continuing. Thank you, Dr. Nidal, to grant me this space, and I appreciated also your speech and participation from my colleagues. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Iyad. I know you're very busy. Thank you for being here. The message from Brother Iyad is we need to flood the zone. That's the only solution to the problem in Gaza. We need to allow all humanitarian organizations in the world, including the UN, the World Food Program, the World Central Kitchen, the UNRWA, all the organizations that have all the food, all the supplies there on the border to get in and do the job the way they do. They are the best at doing this. They have 400 distribution centers. They have the skill, they have the logistics, they have the personnel. That is the only solution, along with stopping the genocide. Everything else is just a drop in the pocket. It's just an attempt by us to help here, little there, but it's not a solution. But as he said, we're not going to give up. We're going to continue our part while pushing for the real solution. The real solution is to end the genocide, allow international aid to get in, flood the zone. Once the zone is flooded, once there is food everywhere, the prices will go down by themselves. People will not, exploit the fact that they have food. The vulnerable communities will have access to it. So thank you, Brother Iyad. Brother Iyad is the head of the Relief Committee. He's another partner in the central and southern Gaza, distributing fresh vegetables to as many families as we can. But again, as I said, the numbers are huge. It's a huge scale. We alone, him alone, as individuals, we cannot solve this problem. We're just gonna try little help, but we need everyone in the world to speak up more. Pressure your governments. We need to end the genocide now. We need to allow all humanitarian organizations in the world to get in and do their work. And we're always honored to have Dr. Ahmed Al-Farra back. He's a very famous guy now. He's very important, so he only comes join us in the end because he's talking to big media organizations. But it's always reassuring to hear back from you, Dr. Ahmed. Nawarat.
Good evening for everyone. Our time is evening. I know it is not evening in your time, but best regards for everyone. Sorry for being late. I was on Al Jazeera English talking about the white coat bleeding. This is the updating about the white coat and the medical stuff Last statistics, they are talking about 1,000 of the medical staff has been martyrs or executed by this genocidal war. Near 305 are in jail. 18 hospital completely destructed, and nearly 85 primary health care are completely destructed also. First, I should ask, where is Maisa? Where is Roxana? There is a lot of...
Maisa is just finished crossing the bridge from Nablus to Amman. It took her a very long time.
Inshallah بالسلامة يا رب.
Roxana is probably with her poodles.
Yes, okay. Let me put you in the updating about Nasser Medical Complex and the health situation. First, I should start. We were in the meeting last Sunday. On Monday morning, there is a conference with the Prime Minister of Israel. He's talking about propaganda that made by Palestinian and media of Palestinian, that they are using fake or something like a trick about the patient. They are not truly malnutrition. They have they have secondary malnutrition due to chronic disease. For my good luck that I was on air at that time, and Al Jazeera Arabic asked me what you should answer Gideon Saar about that, what he's talking about. First, they are talking rudely, and they are thinking that if we have a chronic patient, this chronic patient doesn't have the right to live. A chronic patient can live in America. For example, cystic fibrosis, the life expectancy in United States is 45 years and sometimes 50 years. In European countries, it is 45 years. But in Gaza, he should die. He should die, and he will not survive. Again, any chronic patient need to survive as is the right to survive as a human being in Europe, in America, in any place in the world. This is the first thing. Second thing, he's talking about that he has some hereditary disease. We called it cystic fibrosis. I answered him, you are not so brilliant, Mr. Gideon Saar. We thought about cystic fibrosis, and we did a sweat chloride test for this baby, and it was negative twice. And in Italy, they repeat sweat chloride test, and it was also negative. And they did genetic screening for sweat chloride test for Osama, and also it was negative. So you don't think that you the only one who has medicine or thinking about medicine. We also have good doctors and good experience. Third thing that he talking about hereditary disease, and he will be diagnosed in Italy and treated in Italy. I want to, and I mentioned that they destroyed the only lab that doing genetic screening for these children in Gaza and Islamic University. They destroyed all the building of Islamic University, and we have one building that it is supposed to do genetic screening for cystic fibrosis. Again, the first home message that I want to tell the media and the TVs, that a chronic patient in Palestine and in Gaza, they have the right to live, they have the right to treat. And when they are talking about they are chronic disease, this is a big shame of upon them, that they need treatment and they need food, both. So if we want to be against genocide, we have to mention two points: that this chronic patient needs to be fed, and second, they have to be treated because a lot of the drugs are not available, like crayon for cystic fibrosis, like tobramycin inhalation for cystic fibrosis, and intravenous immunoglobulin, as Karama and Dr. Karama and Dr. Nidal knows about acute flaccid myelitis. This is the first. Second, that we have really primary malnutrition. If we are talking about second, we have primary malnutrition. We have nearly 50 or 60% of cases, they are primary malnutrition. They are not complaining from anything before, just they having the malnutrition. Another message, please, for my colleagues, that the policy of the Israeli forces nowadays is something we called it in a proverb or a popular saying, that distribution of shios. You know, if you if you are unable to beat someone or Palestinian society by a bullet, you just distribute chaos. Chaos. Sorry. This is mean something that happening, misarrangement about order, about everything. What's happening about AIDS nowadays is reflect that situation of chaos. They are sending the trucks, and in some area which is very, very dangerous, and they allow for some people to go there. There are fighting there. Sometimes there are gangs there. This is make something very difficult, and this is make a lot of confliction and complex situation, because these trucks will not be in for the one who deserve it. This is a problem. This is a problem. Again, please, among you, among TV, among media, they have to return back to the international committee, to international organization, UNICEF. Today I have meeting with UNICEF. They asked me to do interview, to ask a lot of people, please don't interrupt the tracks for UNICEF, because they have milk, they have medical supplies, they have food, nutrients, something like that. So again, the way for distribution of that milk and that nutrients and that medical supplies is to go to that international organization or committee, and they are honestly, they have transparency, and they are dealing with, again, with the civilian records for everyone. For example, they call Dr. Nidal, they call Dr. Karama, please, you and send a message for their phone, come on that appointment on that date, and you go there with your respect and take your what you need for your family. But the misarrangement and chaos what happening nowadays make us more depressed and more unable to move. You know, you are in the hospital, you are thinking about three things. First, you are thinking about some mass casualty come to the hospital, because the men or the teenagers who are going to the trucks, they will be come back by injured. Okay, they have a lot of them, they have compartment syndrome. What is compartment syndrome? A lot of them, they are you know, if a truck is passed over the legs of the patient, of the men, it makes something we called it compartment syndrome.
Yes.
He will not feel anything at that time. After he got his flower and go to home, he came to the hospital. It is severe hotness, severe tenderness. They have to open from anterior and posterior thigh, and they have to do operation for him. If they didn't do that, he will get ischemia and he will get amputated both limbs, both lower limbs. So it is unbelievable. This is happening every day. We have seen this scenario nearly 100 sometimes a day, 50 cases every day. This is unbelievable, and this is consuming and make a lot of pressure on the medical staff. This is the first that we are thinking about. Second, we are thinking about our families, because as a doctors, as my colleague Iyad mentioned, as everyone mentioned, that we are thinking about our families. Our families are waiting for flour, waiting for sugar, waiting for oil. You are treating that patient who's dealing with that things, and you are thinking about your family. Third thing, that the chaos and the absence of orders, absence of law, absence of everything. This is make you that you are living in something like without rules, without you don't know. You are like a jungle, like you are in a jungle. Yes, exactly. So this is very important. Again, if you can't beat a society with a bullet, you can beat it with chaos, chaos distribution and chaos among that people. So it is complicated. Again, if any one of the local authorities, if any one of the families, there is a good families in Gaza, in Khan Yunis, in Deir al-Balah, they make families union. That mean some volunteers, Dr. Karama, Dr. Nidal, Dr. Iyad, they are going and try to protect that trucks. They will be targeted as soon as possible. They will be targeted by air drone. They will be executed. And that's what happened in Gaza since nearly 10 days ago. 10 of the best person that we knows, they were completely executed because they tried to protect that trucks. Again, last my message for the popular, for the population, for the media, please, we don't want to concentrate on media about Jordan, about Egypt, about the embassy of Jordan, about the embassy of Egypt. No. We don't want to deviate or to shift our main way. Our main way, that our enemy is Israel. Israel is the only enemy for us. We want to distribute our effort. We want to lose our attention. This is the main area that we have to move. Sorry for being late. Sorry for being long. It is a big honor for me to meet these lovely faces. Thank you. I appreciate attendance for everyone, especially my colleague, Dr. Sui Ang. She's have a nice presentation. Thank you for everyone. Sorry for late.
Thank you, as always, Dr. Ahmed. Your words are always important. They resonate with everyone, and they give us motivation and guidance. So you are our hero and our guiding light. Dr. Suyang, are you here? I don't see her.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you, my
everything.
friend. I really appreciate your attendance. When I
Yeah.
saw people who are supporting us and sympathize with us, I'm feeling more stronger, and we want to continue more and more. You know, every day we have problems. We have, as my colleague Iyad mentioned, that we have a lot of problems we have to solve. But with you, with your effort, even just to see your faces, we are supported, and we have to overlap, and we have to fight to continue for the end, inshallah.
Inshallah.
It is the same fight
you.
for all of us.
Yes,
We,
we will be with you, all of us.
all of us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for Mariam. Thank you for Aliza. Thank you
Yeah.
for everyone. I don't, and Dana, I don't want to miss anyone. You are my.
By the way,
my-
you have a special message from Maisa. She is listening to us. She's hearing us, but she's not showing on this because she's
Yeah.
traveling. So she got your
Yeah.
message.
Maisa, Maisa
Oh,
is eating.
alhamdulillah.
Maisa is eating knafa now, and
Yeah,
you are.
Yeah. She overdosed on knafa. That's why she cannot show us on the screen.
دكتور نضال
تفضل وياد.
السلام عليكم دكتور احمد. الله يعطيك العافيه وما شاء الله عليك، يعني متحدث دائما يعني بالصوت الانسانيه ومعاناه غزه. بتابعك دائما. يمكن انا بتفق معك تماما. احنا رسالتنا لابد ان نركز. We must concentrate over famine and starvation. This is our main road. I completely agree with you, my colleague. Yeah, عشان هيك because that we need to increase the media coverage, Dr. Nidal and my colleagues, over the children and the indications of the suffering, especially for those very, very emaciated bodies. This is a very helpful message that will affect and will cause the public opinion in the international community to change a lot and to increase the pressure over those criminals to stop this genocide. It's a very important message. I touch the Israeli media. They will not stand under that pressure. The increased pressure is very important. So yes, I agree with you, Dr. Ahmed, my colleagues. It's a very important message that you mentioned. So we will not lose our directions. We must concentrate over that, and we will not, at the final roads, we inshallah will achieve the very shine victory here. The second point that I agree with Dr. Ahmed about the assassinating and the killing, and they need to kill all of the guardians that protect the convoys of the that related to the any NGOs. Until this moment, in Khan Yunis and in Rafah, around Rafah, they mentioned they targeted the volunteer guardians that try to protect some trucks that contain foods. So this is a calculated policy that there is a need to increase the suffering. So it's very clear for us that where our direction be, and so go ahead and we will continue. We will not give up, even though what the criminals and the evil of sources mentioned today or after day. Thank you very much, Dr. Ahmed.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. As Dr. Ahmed and the brother Iyad and everyone confirms that the only solution for the problems of the people of Gaza is to stop the genocide now and to allow all international organizations to go in at scale to help the victims there. Any other solution is an intentional and deliberate way of buying time to commit more crimes and to kill more people. As of Israel, everyone in the world knows what Israel is and what are their intentions, and they are not even secret about it. They are publicly saying we want to get rid of all of them, kill all of them, displace all of them, expel all of them. So they are very clear about it, and they are not even hiding their intentions or crimes. But I want to warn our people here, especially in the United States, about America. America is a full partner of this. There is a common saying about American policies. They try everything possible before they do the right thing. So the photo op shop, the photo op or the PR campaign that Mr. Witkoff did going with a helicopter and wearing some, military uniform. And oh, okay, this failed. The GHF failed. We're going to come up with another mechanism, which means they're going to experiment with the people of Gaza with yet another more lethal, maybe, and more evil mechanism to deliver aid, to give Israel Netanyahu more time to starve people, to starve civilians, and to kill more people. We don't need a new mechanism from you, Mr. Westcott. We don't need food from you. We don't need aid from you. All what you need to do is pick up the phone, call Netanyahu, and order him to stop it now, and you can do it. Everything else, you are doing Netanyahu's bidding, Netanyahu's game of buying more time, coming up with more dystopian solutions for something that every child in Gaza tells you what is the solution. Everyone in the world knows the solution. Take your knee off the neck of Gaza, allow the aid in, stop the bombing. It's easy. It doesn't need a rocket science. We don't need more Boston Consulting Company, genius, war criminals, people to design more lethal, complicated things. We have the solution. We don't need your help. Just stop, order your criminals, stop the war, stop the bombs, the whole world to boycott them and put sanctions. And shame on you, Europe. You need to put sanctions. Just empty statements. Shame on you, Canada. Of course, the United States is a criminal partner, but all the other countries, without sanctions, this will not happen. It has to be real, tangible pressure on Israel to do the right thing. Otherwise, they are playing with us. They have been playing with us for 22 months. Every few weeks, every few months, they come up with a new game, a new tactic to prolong the misery, to prolong the catastrophe, for more children to die. And as Brother Iyad said, please highlight the impact of the children, of the starvation. This is a powerful tool that exposes all their hasbara, all their propaganda. There is nothing they can throw at the wall that can, hide them from these crimes. And we should not allow them to come up also, or lit off the pressure off them, because they made a new visit and they are thinking about something new to come up to help the people. We don't need something new from America. We only need one thing: allow the aid in. Thank you, everyone. We
Thank
have
you.
the last but the least partner, Jihan from Haya, Washington. She's also another organization, nonprofit. She's based in Washington, but they have teams on the ground in Gaza delivering aid. We also partnered with them. Jihan is currently in Amman. Thank you for joining us. Jihan, welcome,
Thank
and
you.
tell us what's happening. Tell us more about your work and how we can work more with each other to help our people as much as we can.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Dr. Nidal. Thank you, all of you, especially from Gaza. When people in Gaza speak, we can't speak. We couldn't. We have our team in Gaza. We had an office since 2019 as a office Haya in Gaza City, and we have our team. They work on the ground in Gaza. We started our work in December 2023. We use our access to provide people with humanitarian essential needs, water, food, clothes, hygiene items. Our team, they are in different part of Gaza, but now in central part in Gaza, we don't have in Deir al-Balah. Before, we contact our colleague Usama Al-Kahlout from Al-Arabiya, but now just we work in Khan Yunis and Gaza City in the north. We lost two of our colleagues. They are volunteers. We are working Gaza daily. And what I heard every day, I contact our team in Gaza, and I'm very worried about the baby's formula. We had the initiative once a week. We are committed toward 50 families to distribute baby's formula for their kids, but unfortunately since April, we couldn't find يعني price that normal price. It cost us $45 each one, and it's cash, as Dr. Said before. And also now, they told me we found the baby's formula, but it's $100. I told them, oh, 100, no, it's crazy. We couldn't, and even it's expire. So I think it's very important to emphasize in the capital, in the Congress, to say about we should allow to babies formula to enter into Gaza. Regarding the bakeries, we had 2 bakeries, but now we have only 1 bakery because the flour it became very expensive. I remember last month, each loaf of bread cost us more than $3, and our colleague told me it's crazy, we should stop it. I told them no. When I see the face, the joy of the face of the children, this is impact me personally. We couldn't stop it. Now just we have only 1 bakery in Khan Yunis, Mawasi Khan Yunis. That's all. I believe it's a circle. Each one should do his part. We should do an action, not any action we should do, even if little. It makes something. It makes difference. It's our duty. It's our responsibility. It's not an option. Thank you all. And as I said, when I listen for the people in Gaza, I couldn't say anything. Thank you. You are heroes. Really, you are heroes.
حياة جيهان ممكن تحكي لهم بالمصري وبالغزاوي كم
لا أنا بلاقي يعني الفريق كل واحد في غزة، أنا ما بقدر أحكي وأنا بسمع ناس من غزة، أنا بحكي مع فريقنا اللي في غزة كل يوم زملائي، وقلت فقدنا زميلين، وزميلي اللي في السجاعية فقد طفلته. فيعني أنا بقول إنه هم أبطال، كل واحد في غزة موجود هو بطل، هو بطل، وإحنا مهما عملنا هذه مسؤوليتنا ودورنا، يعني مش خيار، هذا يعني هذا واجبنا، أقل شيء بنعمله يعني. هذا واجب كل واحد، لازم يعمل أكشن. إن شاء الله يقول إن شاء الله speak for the people of Gaza. This is our duty, our responsibility if we are human being. الله يفرجها قريب يعني.
So Jihan is a daughter of Gaza. She was born and grew up in Egypt and now in the United States, and she's trying all her best to give back, to help the people. She's been doing it before many of us. We're really thankful for you, Jihan. Thankful for all the hard work. Let's work
our
together.
duty. All we are doing, alhamdulillah, we are doing our part. This is our responsibility.
United, we win. Divided, we lose. So thank you, everyone. Karama, do you want to say anything? And then we open.
Yes. I just want to. So just to clarify, we are also working with Haya in Gaza because she has a lot of people on the ground paying very heavy prices just to have people eat a little bit. And I put the donation link again in the chat and in the questions and answer. Please be generous. Please help. And all your donations will go immediately because we are committed to what did we say, Nadal? $8,000 every day.
We have 4 organizations, 4 partners. We committed about $2,000 each, and actually that's a surprise to our colleagues here. We have a 5th partner now, which is the 2 pharmacies and the medical point at the port of Gaza. So we're going to be 5 partners, about $2,000 each every day, 10K. I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money. I think this is the least we can do to try to help. But even with all this is just a drop in the bucket. As Jihan said, it's just something we have to keep doing, better than not doing anything. But none of us should forget that we have to stop the genocide. We have to keep speaking up more, reaching out more to our officials. Don't let the pressure off them. all these tactics of Witkoff, of Trump. Oh, sorry, we didn't know. Oh, yeah, now it's starvation. Let's send him for a visit. Let's do some PR and some photo op things and come up with a new strategy. We don't need that. That we know where this leading to. This is just deflating the pressure from the US, from Israel, giving them more time to come up with another evil mechanism to kill more people. The whole world is telling you, America, and telling you, Israel, just take your knee off Gaza. We know how to fix it. Just take your army, stop the bombing, and allow the aid. We have the aid, and the trucks are only 2 miles away from the starved children that you, United States of America, the leader of the free world, the biggest empire of this world, you are living off starving babies and throwing 2,000 pound bombs on them. Shame on you, the American administration, the American politicians, the Congress, the American institutions, the evil American institutions are part of this, and those who are suppressing voices like us who are trying to expose
Yeah.
these crimes. Dr.
Dr. Ahmed
Ahmed,
has his hand up.
Ahmed
Okay.
always get cannot say
Thank
no.
you. Thank you for our colleague. Thank you for Dr. Jehan, and thank you for Dr. Tom, for everyone. Please, Dr. Tom, our colleague from
Michigan.
another Tom, Dr. Tom from Atlanta,
Is
is
he here?
working.
His,
Is he
yeah,
here? Where is
I
he?
sent him an invitation.
Did you
Yes,
find
okay.
him?
I think maybe he's busy. But I want to tell that he have a message for Mr. Witkoff, that as an American citizen, he asked Mr. Witkoff to come to see the patient in the pediatric department in Nasser Medical Complex. And no one or the media ignore that invitation from Dr. Tom for Mr. Witkoff. We have to ask Mr. Witkoff, why you didn't answer an American doctor? He's a famous doctor in Atlanta. He's from his mother was a doctor. His father is a doctor. He's a brilliant doctor. He's an American citizen. Why you didn't answer him to ask him or to answer his question about the cases in Gaza? This is the first. Second, my friend, I want to concentrate about something. Today, someone from UNICEF who's is not Palestinian, I think he's American or from European origin, but he's living in America. He told me, I want to tell you some secret. The media all over the world is advertised about saying or to see someone coming to the emergency room by targeting, by shooting. This is usual scenario, and they say it every day. So it is nothing change for them or for their feeling, but to watch or to see one case of malnutrition and severe starvation, this will cover and this will may change everything. So again and again, every day we have to make a focus and concentrate about malnutrition. And this is a humanitarian issue. This is not belongs to war, not belongs and again, that what happened in famine in Africa 1 century ago due to dehydration or due to climate changes. But now it is done by someone who belongs to Bibi Netanyahu team. I want to welcome to my colleague here, Tom Bedroni also, everyone. Thank you for being with us. Again, we are more powerful and more stronger with your attendance. Thank you, my friend. See you next Sunday, inshallah.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmed. I have a message from you from Dr. Roxana. She couldn't make it today. She heard some of your messages. She's saying hello. And she's saying, please keep speaking up. We do record what you see, what you say, you and your colleagues in Gaza. and we take these testimonies to the Congress and we share it with them. So everything you say is something we need to share with them. This is called a first account, eyewitness account, especially from the medical community that we need. We appreciate you despite all the difficulties, you and Iyad and Ahmed and everyone from Gaza who, despite all these difficulties, keep showing up every week. We appreciate your resilience. Again, you are our heroes. We are proud of you. Inshallah, we'll try to do everything we can to help you. Please, everyone, do not be fooled by Mr. Witkoff and Trump. They are trying to manage the crisis. They're trying to absorb the international outcry against the starvation and buy more time until the world forgets about it and moves on and design another scheme of committing crimes. So please keep up the pressure and tell them that whatever you are playing, this game, it's very clear to us. And Witkoff is working as an agent to Netanyahu now. He's not working on behalf of the American people and for the strategic interests of the United States of America. They are all working as agents for Netanyahu, and it seems those files, what's his name? I forgot his name. Epstein files.
Epstein, yeah.
Has files on all of them,
Ali's
including
right.
Witkoff. We see you and we see your games. Do not play more games. We are sick of it. Your games are costing lives. Your games cost so far 500, almost 500 innocent lives taken because of your games, you and your colleagues and your administration. So thank you, everyone. We have time for our colleagues now to get some reflections, feedback, any ideas of what we heard today. And again, go ahead. I'm going to start. I'm going to go. I think Alisa is the first on my screen. Alisa, go ahead.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody from Gaza. Thank you so much for sharing everything. I guess overall today's sentiment of just continuing to speak up and that we have to do more is something I want to just that's today's biggest point. Not just to share my experience. Last week I came back from a trip internationally, and I knew I was gonna get detained. And essentially that period was just to see if you're a good person. So speak up, get doxxed. Like, you know, I have unfortunately the privilege of being a US citizen, but especially my other fellow US citizens, speak up. There's not much that we can say to even stop this genocide, but the more of us that speak up and the more of us that other people notice are speaking up can hopefully just spread it like wildfire. Coming back in, yeah, they're just looking if you're a bad person. Some of the questioning was really odd, and it was, which country am I actually coming back into? Am I coming back into the United States, or am I coming back into Israel? Because why are you asking where I donate money and where I send supplies? Very weird questioning. But again, it a lot 2 hours time if you are traveling international, and just keep doing what we're all doing and more.
Thank you so much, Elisa. I think, Nidal, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Next on my screen is Professor Tom Badroni. Thank you, Tom, for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Every week the testimony is more stark, more horrifying, and absolutely more essential for it to be distributed widely to have an impact. And so I've been thinking a lot today during all of your comments about how do we get more media, both international media and U.S. media, even local media, to pay attention, to join these webinars. I'll be asking some of our leadership, if they're aware, how much maybe we do have a substantial media turnout. I don't know. I can almost imagine that we could maybe package the first half hour with the Gaza voices in a way that so that because most media people will not want to, be on as long as we are. Unfortunately, they should, but they won't. So how can we make sure that this information that we're hearing, it obviously has an impact by us hearing it and by us taking action. But what can be crucial is getting it into the media as well. And so I want to strategize more about that in the coming weeks. Thanks.
That's a great idea, Tom. And I think, we have so much information that we collect from our colleagues in Gaza, but we do not have the wavelength or the bandwidth or the skill to make it into digestible sections that can be sent to the media, and we would appreciate anyone who can help us with that. So
I think we need to create a team for this, focused on making these small clips. I think Linda can help us, Tom. I mean, if you want to take the lead on this, create a team with people who are good with processing these videos, short clips, the messages from Gaza, and with the help of Linda, find a way to send it to more media to increase the impact. So thank you. Great suggestion, Tom. Now we go to Queen of Doctors Against Genocide, Dania Khalid. Dania.
Hi, everyone. Thank you to everyone. Thank you, Ustad Iyad. Thank you to Dr. Ahmed. We missed you last week. Sentiment from today, I feel very shameful. We continue to sit here every Sunday and we hear from the brave people on the ground that are surviving this. And it just feels like we're extracting and we're extracting and we're extracting. And they show up with the little energy they have on empty stomachs, just running on just empty steam. And I think, we just have to do more. We just have to continue doing more, continue to speak up. And and thank you to everyone. And I love this new initiative that Jack started. It's like the title of this webinar today, When Oath Becomes Action. I think it's important to do whatever we can. I always think every time I see a casualty happen at the GHF, I always think in my wild imagination, I'm like, what can we do to prevent anybody from having to go to these sites? Like, how can we protect everybody in Gaza from having to go and risk their lives? So it's wonderful that we're doing this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dania. Thank you Dania for being with us everywhere. Dania is one of those people who are doing so much work, most of it behind the scenes. We are very grateful.
Yeah. Before I leave, I have a little advice.
Before you say it, I will make this clear. Anyone from Gaza, if you have anything to share, please share it right away. I mean, Gaza, the rules do not apply to you guys. So if you have any message, we appreciate your time. We know sometimes you don't have the connection or you want to leave. So please go ahead, and in your time you need to say something, say it.
Thank you, Dr. Nidal. Thank you, Dana, for your nice soul and for your supportive speech. And you will, inshallah, will continue. Dr. Nidal and my colleagues, MAGA group in the United States, those guys are a member of Republican Party. So we need to increase the awareness for those people. I touched that in the international media today with a meeting with the CNN. And they asked me about our thoughts about the MAGA. They attacked the Trump policies. And I agree with my colleagues about the Witkovs. They need just to manage this catastrophe. They didn't bring any new solutions. And when they went to Rafah, they just announced this is the only solution if you need to eat. So we need to talk to those people. I know some of them in our others media group from the MAGA. Those people have a great pressure over Trump administration. So we need to do something for those and to increase the media coverage. I agree with Dr. Ahmed. We need to shaping a new media campaign that concentrates especially for those children who suffering from famine and the emaciated bodies. From all of the medical centers in Gaza, at one time, we can send more than 500 photos cooperating with Dr. Osama Al-Kahlout. He is a famous journalist for Al Arabiya and Al Jazeera and other media. We can do this media campaign. It's very important. I touched that. The journalist, famous journalist Johnny from CNN, he talked to me under the table. Yet you must increase these photos, these clips, more than the Instagram clips. We need in our TV cables in the United States. It will change a lot, as what happened in the London and British. The United Kingdom there, they feed the Channel 4 with the others channel with this media and with this eclipse. This change a lot there. So we need to do something in the United States with the systematic way, with the tangible things. I mean, we can reach something different from this moment, inshallah. Thank you very much, my colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, Iyad. Yes, we need to do more in the United States, especially that the United States, unfortunately, is the one that it seems holds all the shots, calls all the shots for the regarding this genocide. Dr. Mariam Shitab from California.
I mean, I don't know, like every week you're looking for a reason to hope. And I think the DAG relief initiatives, are helpful because, it's direct action, because it just feels like all of these larger organizations, they're so remote from us, but here we see the faces of the people that are heading up these organizations in Gaza. And so it's nice to feel like you care, you donate, and it's going to do some good there, because everything else just feels like it's outside of our control. So I think it's really wonderful that DAG managed to partner with all these organizations. You know, people always ask, and I always tell them, call the White House, let them know how you feel about Steve Witkoff, a guy whose only credentials for his current position are being Trump's golfing buddy and handling some real estate deals for him. And this is who we have going there to pass final judgment on there not being any famine in Gaza. A guy who went there and had not a single conversation with a doctor in Gaza, did not visit a single hospital. And this is the guy that we're all going to take our cue from, Call the White House. I plan on calling them tomorrow and being like, so we're not going to talk about them using silencers on Palestinians while Witkoff was there, just to make it like a nice PR opportunity for him. Don't let him get away with any of it. When you're having a bad day, call the White House. Make them have a bad day with you. That's how I've been doing it at this point. And thank you so much for everyone who joined us from Gaza. We look for you guys, and it makes us feel a little bit better when we see that you're still here with us, still alive and well. So you give us hope too.
So yeah, thank you, Mariam, and for everyone, especially the United States, the White House line is open for public comments every day, Monday to Thursday, from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. Every American citizen can call the White House number every day, Monday to Thursday, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can call them multiple times. Wait on the line for a few minutes, and you will be able to talk to a live person and tell them the message about the starvation, about the children, about the role of the United States, and about the games that Mr. Trump and Mr. Witkoff are playing to buy more time to starve more children. So the phone number for the White House is, please write it down, 202 456 1111. Every American citizen should be calling this number every day, 10 times a day, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day, Monday to Thursday. 202 456 1111. This is the easiest thing we can do from home, from work, from the car. Please do that. Now we go back to Mr. Faisal Saleh. Faisal, are you with us? Sorry about the wait. It's been a long day. Are you still there, Faisal? Faisal, I'm not sure if you're hearing us. Dr. Ashraf Abdulaziz. Dr. Ashraf.
Yes.
المصريين هم
السلام عليكم.
مصريين هم أهلا وسهلا دكتور أشرف.
Nidal. I mean, like every Sunday, I mean, these testimonies coming from Gaza, they are as much as they are heartbreaking, but they are showing the resilience and the courage of our brothers and sisters in Gaza, and that's make us more determined every week to continue what we are doing and to keep going and trying to help them as much as we can. I see that the work that DAG have been doing in terms of calling and in terms of visiting at the Capitol had some effect. It was not the perfect effect that we were hoping for, but at least in the last two resolutions, we found that the majority of Democrats had, I'm sorry, the majority of the Democrats in the Senate have voted for the two resolutions, which is a shift. Hopefully, this will continue and get even better. So, I'm just want to reemphasize what you just said and everybody said about calling, protesting, visiting, talking to the media, doing everything we can. In terms of donations, helping individuals, helping hospitals, cooperation with other groups, like what Dr. Sui have talked about, maybe getting in touch with some legal organizations for filing war crimes against the GHF organization and the people who works in it. On individual levels, do everything you can and come up with new ideas. I mean, nobody knows. I mean, there was like a young guy who did put a lock on the Egyptian consulates and embassies in Holland, and this had been a trend all over the world. It was a simple act, and now it's putting a lot of pressure. The Egyptian government is feeling under a lot of pressure from this simple act. So try to be innovative and find out things that you may suggest or you may do. And nobody knows, maybe something would be become one day like a trend and may help our brothers and sisters. I was very impressed with everybody's talks today from Gaza, but specifically from Muhammad al-Farra. And this is something that, I mean, his talk, I mean, honestly, I felt that he is my younger son. I mean, my son is 20-year-old. He's in college in the US. Muhammad is a very smart kid, and I can tell. I don't want to call him a kid. He's much more of a man than any of us. Going through all of this, but still, he has his look at the future, and he want to get better, and he want to have a better environment, and he knows that he has the potential, and he does have the potential. And I mean, it's breaking my heart because we are living here, we in the comfort. I mean, despite everything, I mean, we are secure, we find our food easily, we can go anywhere we want. But these guys, I mean, like you're talking about hundreds of thousands of young people like Muhammad that are having their hopes in life, that have the potential to accomplish a lot. And because of this situation, because of this complicity of the whole world, they cannot do it. What a waste. What a waste for them and what a waste for the whole world that those fine young men they can't accomplish at their potential. I mean, it's just breaking my heart, and I just wanted to express that. But thank you all for everything you're doing, and may Allah help everybody, and may Allah give them the victory that they deserve sooner rather than later. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ashraf. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your suggestions and taking off from your suggestion on what we can do. We know that the Congress, both the Senate and the House, are in session during the summer now. They're on a summer break, so they are back into their districts. Our representatives now are back into their states, so we don't need to go to DC to talk to them. They are now in our districts. And tomorrow, a new policy, the organization of Josh Paul and Tariq Habash is holding a free webinar or Zoom tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, about guidelines how we can approach our representatives, both Congress and Senate, in the districts. Educational material, tips, guidelines, what to do, how to reach out to them, how you can make the most impact. So please, we are inviting all our colleagues here from the US to join that meeting, important meeting tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We just shared the link, the Zoom link in the comments. So please, everyone, take note of this. Let's all join and learn, if there is any more, ideas that we can use so we can make more impact this month rather than just wait until September when they go back to DC. Mr. Faisal, are you there? Faisal Saleh? Faisal? Faisal, are you with us? Faisal? Okay, I think he's not here. We can go for just a closing remark from our distinguished guests today, Dr. Sui Eng and Dr. Ahmed Al-Farra. If you want to have any closing remarks for a couple of minutes each, then we close our webinar for the day. Dr. Sui?
Yes.
For those who don't know Dr. Sui is a British doctor. She has been involved in this for almost 45 years. She was in Lebanon in the 1980s during the Lebanon War. She was there on the ground when Sabra and Shtela was, the massacre of Sabra and Shtela was committed. She was an eyewitness to this. And since then, she's been a great and strong advocate for justice, for peace in that region of the world and all over the world. And she used her most of her professional life toward this cause. So we are really honored to hear from you, Dr. Sui. Please go ahead if you have any closing remarks for a couple of minutes.
Well, I just want to thank you for asking me to come on here because, like what Danielle says, you feel that you have received so much from our Gaza brothers and sisters, and what you can give in return is so little, right? But yet, the little bit we can give back, hopefully will help. And even if it can't help, the desire to support is there. And I think, people in Gaza do appreciate it very much. And so it is with humility and gratitude that I can join you. Last week, after hearing you all for the first time, it gave me the opportunity to use everything I learned during the last week's webinar to speak to our foreign office, okay? So we are trying to get the Instagram changed to YouTube so that you can circulate. But I can send you the Instagram link anyway. It's just 3
Dr.
minutes.
Suyan, can you send me the Instagram link? I can actually put it
Yeah, I don't have your email, I send it to my son. My son is abroad.
All right.
Okay. Okay. I send it to my son. I ask myself for it, okay? So if you can make it YouTube, more people can see. But right now, today, I'm really appalled with a GHF. Really, really appalled. It is really diabolical. So I think I really would like to explore the possibility of filing against the CEO of the GHF, because we cannot take so many things on. And this is something specific that can be done. I've just texted the ICJP while you're speaking. It's the International Committee for Justice Palestine. Of course, it's Sunday and nobody will reply, but hopefully I'll be able to talk to them tomorrow. And I'm quite sure there'll be a counterpart in the USA. And I think that's important because even if you are not successful, the very fact that you're filing against the CEO of the GHF will raise you a lot of publicity. So that will really get the newspapers and all the media channels very excited. Doctors Against Genocide taking the CEO of the GHF, to ICJ for, whatever it is, the lawyers will carve it out. So please think seriously about that. And all the information that I benefit to hear, I feel very, very privileged. And please, when the YouTube is ready, I'm going to send it to the ICJP Britain anyway, okay? So, and I'm going on a long speaking trip to Singapore and Malaysia, basically to raise scholarships for the medical students and doctors who have lost the hospitals and so on. And hopefully will help to train the next generation of doctors and medical students for Gaza. So, but today, what I've learned from you will be very important when I meet with them. Not the people in Gaza need to know, they know it, but the people in Malaysia, the institutes in Malaysia, the Singapore government who got lots and lots of money is beginning to say that they will support the two-state solution. So what you told me today is very important, and I put it to good use. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ang. Thank you. We appreciate you coming here. We appreciate your voice. We appreciate all what you do. We're learning from you every day, and we're glad that we are helpful in any way to give you more testimonies that you can use in your work for justice and peace all over the world. So thank you. Now, Dr. Ahmed, if you have any closing remarks at the end, please. Dr. Ahmed, are you still there?
Yes, he is.
Dr. Ahmed, closing remarks,
you.
2 minutes
Yes.
for you. I know Muhammad took the headphones from you, but I'm glad we were able to get your attention. So, closing remarks, please.
Thank you for Dr. Sweet. Thank you for Dr. Ashraf, my brother from Egypt. We really appreciate your attendance.
This is the picture from Al Nasser today, Dr. Ahmed.
Yes. They are
sorry to share this graphic, but we want to tell the whole world what the GHF is doing, guys. This is what the GHF is doing to the young, starved people who go there to get aid. This is the picture just today.
They are only 12, 13, 14 years. They are very young. They are in the beginning of their future. It's very, very, very painful to go there, to come with some food and to come back like a body. This is what we are facing every day. And you have to know that this number is multiplied by three is the number of injured now in the hospitals. This is who were killed. And there is triple number who are injured and the hospital already occupied by these innocent people.
Allah yarhamhum.
This is the only picture that you have?
Yes.
I think we must do something against the GHF because I don't think the Israelis will do anything, and Trump will continue to support. So we have to stop it.
I have a little story, just 1 or 2 minutes. There is a small guy, I think he's 7 years old. He met an American soldiers there, and American soldier asked, he saw that the boy is coming toward him. He thought that this boy will ask the American soldier for something to give. He has nothing, the American soldier saying. So the boy came and shook hand with the American soldier, and he's kissed his hand as he's feeling more thankful and more appreciate what they are offering for him. The American soldiers told I check what he has in his hand. He has one packet of lentil and half kilo of rice and something not valuable. This is the only that he has. He told him thank you. He in English. He's the only word that the child could talk in it. Thank you for giving me some food for my family. The American soldiers told that after that they are left, and the boy left. Suddenly, the Israeli forces started to attack the Palestinian civilians there, and by bullet, by bombing. And after that, he discovered that this innocent boy was executed, and he died. Even he retired from that work, and he left to America, and he write that you may saw that on the media. This is one of the miserable or painful story that you can hear about a boy going there to feed his family and to come back with that situation. Even the woman who met Witkoff and shook hand with Witkoff, she's I know her. She's Palestinian. When the media asked her why you did a shake hand with Witkoff, she told that she went there because her husband has cervical a problem. I think something belongs to cervical vertebra, and he is unable to walk. Her son also was targeted in this war, and she wants to make any way to try to feed her family and to try to prevent them from to be starved. She went there. The American and the Israeli guys saw her in the front. They asked her to come. They told her, please, we want to tell you to thank Mr. Witkoff and to say that everything is okay and to shake hand with him. She told them, I don't mind, it's okay. And she go there and shake hand with Mr. Witkoff. Again, what's happening with the Palestinian people in Gaza in GHF is unhumanitarian, and it's not belong to morality. It's something one who lost decency, because this is unbelievable to go in that way. They are not dealing with them as a humanitarian or as a human being. They are dealing with them, sorry, for expert or for telling like animals, try to fight and try to be crowded, and sometimes they are shooting one and leave one, like someone who's playing a game of shoot this and leave this and shoot this and leave this. This is unbelievable and it's unacceptable. And again, this is not the way to distribute that aid. Thank you.
Grama.
Thank you so much. I think I reached my
Limits. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this has been, as always, we're living this every moment with you, Dr. Al-Farra, and everyone in Gaza. Wallah, we breathe with you, we sleep with you. Yani our thoughts are with you
We feel that.
every
We
second.
feel that, my friend. We feel that in your heart. We feel that in every moment.
Yani,
And I told my doctors today in the morning meeting that someone is thinking about you, about your effort, about your procedures, about your duty, about your what you are facing, what you are fighting for. I told them about the meeting for ascending paralysis. I told them that Karama make a team from Netherlands, from Boston, from Harvard. They are doing their best, and she has promising us that she will invite us in Netherlands, inshallah, for Rio.
so Rio is the desired event, REO. Yani, Dr.
The
Al-Farra, I
musician.
am not as cultured as you. I'm sorry.
Rio de
No,
Janeiro. Rio a city,
Uh,
or Rio is the artist?
Rio artist, I think. He's an
I am,
artist, Rio?
yes, he's artist. I'm a student of you, Karama.
I'm still in Kulthum, يا دوب.
Yes. So, guys, so before our webinar today, we had another hour of meeting, me, Karama, with Dania, with Al Shifa Hospital team. Just to give you an update on Al Shifa Field Hospital, the project is going well. First, phase two we're sending the beds for it today. There was some modifications because after they finished phase one, while they're trying to level the ground to start phase two, unfortunately, they discovered a mass grave or mass graves there that Israel was killing people. Total 600 uh, murdered people in those mass graves. It seems 300 were removed at one point last year, so there's still 300 more. That's why there was some changes in the plan because they could not build where the mass grave are. That happened 2 weeks ago. We found out about it, but the engineers there, as I told you, the people in Gaza, whether they're doctors or engineers or regular people, they always find a way. They were able to redraw the whole plan to accommodate the mass grave. And inshallah, at one point, we're going to keep that mass grave there and build a memorial to memorize the memory of those victims. So the new plans were completed yesterday for the field hospital. It's not 140 beds, it's only 111 beds now because one piece of the land of the mass grave was cut off. But they are finalized. The beds went out, will go out tomorrow. The project is going fine. We're pushing as fast as we can, considering all these, situations, because the people at Al Shifa, whether doctors or engineers, they are going and receiving mass casualties every day. So there is only so much we can push them to do, but they're trying their best. I know we'd not do any updates on this. I just want to remind everyone that the project is still on. Everything is good. Some modifications here and there, but we will continue. We will prevail. We will do everything we can to help the people in Gaza. As you heard from Dr. Ahmed, from our colleagues in Gaza, you saw the pictures. You saw the suffering that the children are going through, the people are going through, the doctors, the hospitals. You saw what the GHF is doing to the people of Gaza. It's all being committed in our name. Call the White House. I gave you the number. Call the White House every day. Please, every day, 4 times, 5 times. They need to hear us. We need to make their lives miserable as long as the lives of people in Gaza is miserable. Call them, each one of us, 10 times a day. It only takes 2, 3 minutes. The Congress, please watch, or let's all of us join the meeting tomorrow so we know how to go and do campaign and pressure on our Congress and elected officials when they are in their home states. There is a lot that can be done. Please talk to more people. For a while, people got discouraged and most people forgot about Gaza for more than a year. with the pictures of the starvation, there's kind of more awakening. So let's build on this. More and more people are horrified by what's happening, even the people who got discouraged before, or even people who never were interested in this subject. So there are more eyes, more ears there listening. So please talk to more people, approach more people. Even the people who were scared to speak about this before are coming out and speaking now. So we need to build. We need to build on this. So there is a new momentum we need to build on, because the situation is just not sustainable. It's so criminal that it cannot go any day longer. Please expose the games that Witkoff and Biden and Netanyahu are playing. We don't want any more games. We don't want any more projects. We don't want any more, design something new. We know what we need, and we know it can be done with a phone call. So no excuses. And if you have any more suggestions, please email us info@doctorsagainstgenocide.org. Reach out to any one of us, reach out to any groups. None of us can do it alone. We all need to work together. We all need to mobilize. We have to reach out to new people, new circles. Even Israeli writers, Israeli organizations and NGO organizations are coming out and saying this is a genocide now. So there is no excuse for American organization not to say the same. I mean, you cannot love Israel more than Israelis. Come on, guys. I mean, this is shameful. This is shameful. You cannot be Catholic more than the Pope. The Israelis themselves are saying this is genocide. So what are you waiting for? Come on. But anyway, thank you, everyone. Stay strong. Keep working. Do more. And inshallah, justice, truth, freedom, and liberation will win for everyone. We are not against anyone. We're for the good and the betterment of this world, for Gaza, for America, for anywhere else in the world. Every human being, every human life, equal and worth the same and should be preserved. This is the oath we go to medical school for, to protect human life, every life. It doesn't say in any medical textbook only the Israeli, only the Jew, only the American, only this, only that. Every human life and even beyond. Because we need to create a better future. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.